just as we said, when we saw the word going through the fourth, was it the fourth aliyah? Yeah, the fourth aliyah. We had saw the word oath, and, since we get to recognize sometimes in the same sentence, the same word that's translated like in English, in many cases is not the same word that is found in the Hebrew or the underlying text. So we just click on the word oath right there, and then boom. It wasn't the Shabbat word for oath. It was actually the Allah. I've heard some people try to, make a correspondence between things that may seem similar, but actually are not really the same right there. But then after that, we proceeded with the fifth aliyah, right? The fifth aliyah. Thought we could at least get up to maybe the sixth aliyah. Then we noticed, boom, that the show was ending, And so I and I co-laborer, noticed, the same thing, and that they said they had some technical difficulty. So anyway, be that as it may, right there. Interesting, but not going to get too caught up on that. But just FYI, for the them to kind of know like what to go on with that. All of a sudden, no doubt, one just noticed it was like over. No, we didn't cancel it or close it. There was some so-called technical difficulty that they were experiencing at that very same time. After we made that little comment or commentary. So give us one moment right here, just on the board right here, just like refreshing things, getting things up and running right here. We said the fifth, and go through the fifth aliyah again. We're going to take the fifth aliyah, from the top, from the tip of top right there. But here for the first day, after the Shabbat rest, comes the intrusion of the world. The flesh and the regular cycle of things. So we have this psalm right here, Psalm 144, for the 144, right, for the Sabbath seal. So this is the after the Shabbat where we review the Torah reading and feeding Toldot, generation 6 sabbatical study. But right here, 144, after the Shabbat, a good psalm to ride up, preparing us for the new 7 days to come. Interesting, the context of 144 is like, being prepared for war, for battle. And many interpret this as that after the Shabbat calm, after the calm of the Shabbat comes the intrusion, of the world, the flesh, the satanic seclorum, system of things and things and tings and tangs. So right here, 144, Shema Yisrael.
Psalm 144.
מזמור קמ"ד לדוד. ברוך אדוני צורי.
Blessed be the Lord, my strength.
המלמד ידי לקרב.
Which teacheth my hands to war.
אצבעותי למלחמה.
And my fingers to fight.
חסדי ומצודתי.
My goodness and my fortress.
משגבי ומפלתי לי.
My high tower and my deliverer.
מגיני ובו חסידי.
My shield and he in whom I trust.
הרודד עמי תחתי.
Who subdueth my people under me.
אדוני
Lord, what is man that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man that thou makest account of him? Man is like to vanity. His days are as a shadow that passeth away. Bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I will sing a new song unto thee, O God. Upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood, that our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace, that our garners may be full, affording all manner of store, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets, that our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in nor going out, that there be no complaining in our streets. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose God is the Lord. The Lord.
Here. We gather together here for a state service right here. Still in the Torah alio to Torah reading and feeding as the 5th, 6th, 7th alio to complete the Torah reading and feeding. Also have the Haftarah, the prophet's reading right here. Prophet Malachi, chapter 1, focus verses, verse 1 to chapter 2, verse 7. And the Brit Chadasha, the Hadis Kidan reading, Romans chapter, Epistle to the Romans chapter 9, focus verses 1 to 31. So right here to the first day Psalm, pick up here with Prince Farai, Psalm 24, standing Psalm, evening Psalm for the first day. Remember the evening precedes the morning and the day. Well, here. Yeah.
The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, with the earth that dwells therein. For he hath founded it upon the sea, and established it upon the flood. Who shall ascend unto the hills of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure in heart, who hath not lifted up his souls unto vanity, nor sword deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and the righteousness from the God of his salvation. Yeah. This is a generation of them that seek thy face, O Jacob, Selah. Lift up your head, ye gates, and let the kings of glory come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord mighty in battle. Lift up thy gates, and let the King of glory come in. Yeah. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. We hear that dwells therein, yeah. For he has founded it up on the sea and established it up on the flood. Who shall ascend unto the hills of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean and a pure in heart, who are not lifted up his souls unto vanity, nor so deceitfully. He shall receive a blessing from his Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. Yeah. Who have eyes to see, let them see. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither envious against the workers of iniquity. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, yeah. For he that founded it up on the sea and established it up on the flood. Who shall ascend unto the hills of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that have clean hands and a pure in heart, who are not lifted up his souls unto vanity, nor so deceitfully, he shall receive a blessing from the Lord. Lift up your head, O ye gates. Lift up thy everlasting door, and let the King of glory come in. That inside the stone was a rolling in a Babylon, a black stone was rolling in a Babylon. Daniel saw the stone, yeah. Daniel saw the stone was a rolling in a Babylon. Daniel saw the stone, black stone, yeah. The earth is a lot and the fullness thereof, with ear that dwell therein. For he had found it upon the sea and established it upon the flood.
Psalm 24 here, Queen Market of Prince Far Eye, Holy Mount Zion.
Holy Mount Zion, oh how I love you. Holy Mount Zion, oh how I long for you. You said that in the last days, the people is called by thy name would turn from their wicked ways, call upon the one name. You said that you would answer, the 12 tribes you would gather from the lands where you have scattered. When will this happen? Holy Mount Zion, Mount Zion, Mount Zion. Oh, how I love you. Oh, how I love you. Holy Mount Zion, Mount Zion, Mount Zion. Oh, how I long for you. Can't you hear the voice of the mothers weeping? The blood of our sons is speaking. Them cutting them down like dogs in the street. Heavenly Father, we need your mercy.
Marching and protesting, like in the civil rights movement, boycotting, burning, rioting, and looting. Who would have thought after 400 years of persecution, we still be left with just temporary solution? Hearts of mankind that's grown cold. This freedom song is getting so old. It's time we get on our knees and pray. Return to the Most High and change our wicked ways.
Holy Mount Zion, Mount Zion, Zion. Oh, how I love you. Oh, how I love you. Holy Mount Zion, Mount Zion, Mount Zion. Oh, how I long for you. You said that in the last days, the people called by thy name would turn from their wicked ways, call upon the one name. You said that you would answer, the 12 tribes you would gather from the lands where you have scattered. When will this happen? Holy Mount Zion, Mount Zion, Mount Zion. Oh, how I love you. Oh, how I love you. Holy Mount Zion, Mount Zion, Mount Zion. Oh, how I long for you.
time Jacob's trouble has arrived. Leave Babylon behind. Lift up your voice and sound the trumpet for its great demise. Back to the motherland, back to the covenant, back to our roots and
Yes. Holy Mount Zion, Queen Makeda. One more tune from the Queen Makeda.
Shavua Tov, a good 7, good strong.
7 days.
Sabbatically speaking, yes, I. Shalom, Chaverim, shalom. Give thanks. Give thanks.
One more.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Who he is, yeah.
Behold, I come quickly, like exceedingly great reward is with me. The pay of the man for his word, the blessing or the curse, deep in the night, the order your footstep aright. Time has truly come to meet the Holy Son, who Yavo, HaMashiach Yavo, who Yavo, Emmanuel Yavo, who Yavo, HaMashiach Yavo, who Yavo. When his feet hit Mount Zion, mankind will be in great derision. They will flee from east to west to escape the judgment. In the valley of decision, them will follow from a heavenly nation to fight the great battle of Armageddon. Who Yavo, HaMashiach Yavo, who Yavo, Emmanuel Yavo, who Yavo, HaMashiach Yavo, who Yavo. Hey, yeah, every knee shall bow, every tongue will confess, it is the one. It is the one. Every knee shall bow, every tongue will confess. It is the one we have heard. It is the one we have heard.
Yavo, he will come. Who Yavo? Someone says, who Yavo, who Yavo, who Yabo, who Yavo, who, he himself, who Haya, who Howe, who Yeh. Yes. So here, so in this fifth aliyah, bring the fifth aliyah once again right here. Here, first day service on the Ed and the Iris. Still, I'm on this verse in Genesis 26, chapter 26, verse 28. That whole Allah part. I know one say, "Oh, you're testing it. You're going to test it." Say it again. Suppose the podcast goes down again. Well, then we know for sure they're giving us a direct sign. They don't want us talking about Allah. By Allah in Hebrew, because some, we see some fake memes out. A lot of fake memes out there. They be like, "Oh, Elohim some brothers out there be saying Alahayim. I know, it's tempting right there. But it's this part right here. Just give me one moment just to show it on the screen right here before we move forward, because it's at the point that we're at right here. Right? Yeah. So it says, let there be now an oath. So when you see a word, and maybe like in this verse here, this word is translated like this, and maybe usually the word is translated as that. It doesn't mean that we see it, the word here, like oath here, like we can go to, let's just do this right here. Okay, oath. All right, let's just take this off. That was on our quick searches. All right, well, ones and ones hopefully gather in. We're going to pick up right here. But this, all right, so here we have, where is it? It's not on the surface there, but it's underneath in the H, in the blue letters, words behind the scenes. It's like behind the web page, it's like in the code, right? Be'er Sheva, right? Be'er Sheva. You see, Be'er, well, Sheva, Be'er Sheva, the well of the sevenfold oath. Now, that's an interesting expansion there, BDD bringing it out like that right there, because it's two words, right? It's Be'er, a well, a pit, a spring, Be'er, right? And it's the word Sheba, right? Sheba, there's like a male and female sense of certain words in Hebrew for the context and, for the symmetry of the language. So there's Sheba and there's Sheba'ah. Sheba'ah, and there's Sheba'ah. Right? One ends the Ayin and one has the Ayin Hey. But basically it's for 7, right? The cardinal number 7, right? The Sheba. But you say she, it's Sheba'ah, Sheba. Full sacred one, 7 times, by implication a week. Or here in these Torah readings and feedings here in the Reishi, also here bringing in as an exhibit the book of Jubilees, the little Genesis, the book of Jubilees, the years. Now, let's get back over to the Torah concerning Jacob, where he had his Isaiah made it known that he sought to marry Rachel, right? And then when the whole thing occurred with Leah, the older being put before the younger because of the custom of Laban, Jacob's evil uncle. I call him evil Uncle Whitey. But it's interesting because also Judaically, since his name Laban does mean white, Judaically there's a whole reasonment that implies his wickedness. Hey, it's there in the ancient teachings. But anyway, when he says he'll serve a week for Rachel after the whole, what we would call it, was it a mix-up? Well, it wasn't a mix-up. Laban knew what he was doing, but Jacob obviously didn't pick up on some of these so-called traditional customary things. So he had to serve another week, right? So basically he served, about 2 weeks. Now, if you say 2 weeks, that's not long for 2 wives. No, for Yaakov, Avinu Yaakov, the week there was 7 weeks, right? 7 weeks was weeks of years. So it appears that there is this view, even an ancient view, and Ethiopic Jubilees, as we call it. Remember the 1902 R.H. Charles is one of the best study versions of it. And the great thing is that we also have the actual text, so we can see how the translation was translated, based on the manuscripts, the Ethiopic manuscripts. But that's besides the point right here. Here basically is on the word oath, right? So the word swear is shah-ba'ah, right? The sheen, the bait, and the ayn. Sheen, bait, ayn, shah-ba'ah, Shabbat, or Shabbat, right? It can be a little space, Shabbat, because ayn, Shabbat, or altogether, Shabbat, right? To swear, to adjure, right? Well, to take an oath of Yahuwah, right? Taking the oath of himself. Now, you see the secondary, they put a little like to curse there, right? Well, there's a consequence. It's like if you take an oath, there's a consequence for not fulfilling. that part of the oath. It's like a contract, an agreement, you know. But it's different than the Allah. The Allah word, well, we'll get to it. So here we have Shabbat as a verb to be complete. Is this the verb? Yeah, this is the verb right here, to be complete. Always check out whether it's the verb, because sometimes the words are similar sounding because you're saying a word. But when you're reading it in context, you know, this is where, you know, you see the nuances. All right, pray the iron right there. Okay, what just happened right there? Okay, the thing slipped on the side. Okay, where were we? Okay, we had oath. Okay, so swear. We was at this word swear. So here's the verb, right, to complete. But this is the idea we like to share again, right, for the Shabbat, right, Shabbat, not Shabbat, Saba and Shabbat, Sheba and Sheba is different. You know, sometimes we think it's the same because we're thinking like Gentiles, speaking English. To seven oneself, that is to swear, as if by repeating a declaration 7 times. So once again, we see the inner sense of the Sheba'ah, right, and the Sheba'ah, right? So that's over here, right? That's over here, right here. So once again, to the word right here, this here is the noun, right? This here is the noun, right? And here they bring it out as the well of the oath, right? Or if you want to expand on the meaning of both the word Sheba means oath, and also means 7. So to seven oneself. Now notice right here, it says right here, from this, I'll be clear from this my oath. My what? My Shebu'ah. So what is a Shebu'ah? Right? Shebu'ah as a hey. Shebu'ah. Right? This is oath. It says curse, attestation of innocence, oath in that sense. And the curse part is not like we'll get to it. Here we go right here. All right? Okay. Right here. Now notice over here. So we're in Genesis 24:8. If the woman will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath, only bring not my son thither again. Then we get to verse 41, right? Several verses later, right? It says, then shalt thou be clear from this my oath, when thou comest to my kindred. If they give not thee one, thou shalt be clear from my oath. Now, the word oath here is Allah. That's what we touch on, the Allah, right? Allah, right? Oath. Now, it says oath of a covenant, right? See, they try to make these two words the same because they obviously know, you know, that there's a difference. So here, Strong's bringing out when it says imprecation. After the colon and the hyphen, where it says curse, cursing, extrication, oath, swearing. These are the ways that KJV translates it, right? And it comes from this Allah, right? To swear, to curse, to swear an oath before God, yes. But this word is usually used, here we go, usually. Here, you see what I'm saying? So it's to kind of make an oathing thing, right? But notice the context. It's usually in a bad sense. You know, after all, after eating of the tree, right, one should learn good over evil and to distinguish the right choice, right? You know, being able to distinguish and discern. Discernment is the key, right? People can say, well, we ate off the tree. Oh, what's the tree wasn't there of good and evil of Torah? Well, now we're in the world of Torah, right? But the key and the baraka is discernment, being able to discern, right? So this word is usually in a bad sense, to imprecate. Imprecate, I remember as an old word like to curse. Like if such and such be not the case. Like somebody says, well, if I'm lying, then let not lightning hit me or let something bad happen to me. It's that kind of a thing. Check, right? It's that kind of a thing, right? While in a Shebu'ah, in a more of a Hebrew sort of an oath, it's like a term or a condition. You know what I mean? You know, like a penalty in that sense. Like it's a consequence. Right? You didn't call these things on you. That's why he says right here, right? Then thou shalt be clear from this, right? Right? Alati. It's alati, right? This execution, any bad thing that could happen, right? So I think this is Abraham and his servant right here in chapter 24. But this is for us to get to right here, right? Where it says, we're just looking up the word oath, right? So we already just showed you right here is that between this verse here, Shabu'aha, right? For oath from the 7, right? Attesting, what it says right there, attesting of innocence, right? To this verse over here in the same chapter, there's 2 different words for oath, right? So it's always good to see the context. Here in Genesis 26:3 says, sojourn in this land, and I will be with this. This is where Yahweh appears to Yitzchak, right? And will bless thee, right? For to thee and thy seed, Zadikah, I will give all these countries, right? All these countries. The countries is the word Eretz, that elsewhere is translated as earth. So even the word earth has a context, right? Some things that are translated as earth should really read land, right? In this land. I'll give you the all. Listen, if we do it literally like sometimes people would want it, not having discernment, I will give all these countries. The same word is the word for earth. So I'll give you all these earths. People like earth. No, what's the context? The lands. Arzot. Arzeret from Estrus. Estrus. They say, what is Arzeret? It's Arzeret. It's Azaret. Arzeret. It's the word for lands. Right? Eratzot. Eratzot. The word for lands. Like it says right here, countries. Right? The countries. And I will perform the what? The Shebu'ah. Yahweh says he performed the Shebu'ah. He don't say he'll perform the Allah, right? Or the Alat. The Allah or the Alat. You know, Alat. Allah. Alat. And they were Edomite gods, the Edomites. Remember, Edom, it says the progenitor of who? The Arab peoples. Remember when I say Edom, making a lot of sense now. All righty, right? That I swear, right? The Shabuah that I Shabbat, the Shabuah that I Shabbat, right? Shabbati, right? To who? To Abraham, thy father. Now, let's just go just a couple of verses more, right? Genesis 26:28. This is the verse here. And while we're going through this here, I'm going to pick up with where we're at in the Torah reading and feeding. And let's just scroll back here, right? So remember what had happened. Okay, so Yahweh appears, right? Appears to Yitzchak. Notice how Yahweh appears, like in the previous Torah reading and feeding with the Hebrew Trinity in the house of Abraham, where the Shalosh Anashim appeared and says Yahweh appeared in the trees of Mamre. Here it says Yahweh appeared, made himself visible to him the same night and said, Anoki, I am the Elohim of Abraham, thy father, right? Al Tirah, don't fear. I am Imak, right? I'm like with the eye. I will bless, empower you to prosper. I will multiply your seed, your race, for my servant Abraham's sake. Babur Abraham Abdi, right? Then it says right here, and he built the Mizbeach there, and called on the name, the Shem of Yahweh, he who be who he be. So after the appearance, what they do, he built a Mizbeach, right? Mizbeach. This is the altar, right? And it says he pitched his tent there, and there Yitzchak's servants digged the well, and the whole well digging incident. Also another key theme for business. How does the well digging incidents? What does the well digging incidents here in this 6th sabbatical study right here for Shabbat Toldot? What does it teach us about business? Some good important points about business here, because the patriarchs are also conducting business. Remember before in the previous Torah reading and feeding, some people think it's all about so-called religion in their really not just sense of so-called religion, right? But in the true sense, it's all about relationships, about business, it's about conduct, right? Remember previous Abraham, the first deeded, quote unquote, deeded land, right? To the Hebrew, you say the Hebrew people and the Beit Yisrael people, the Yehudi people. What was the first deeded land? That was the burial place. Notice how they negotiated. They weighed out the silver. You know, how they conducted the negotiation. Now here, before this, you know, in the same chapter, there's all this strife going on between the Palestinian, right? The Palestinian, the Palestine, the immigrants, right? the Canaanite who was just then in the land, and Abraham and Abraham's seed right here. All right. So it says after there was a strife, remember that Abraham had built, had some wells. Remember Beersheba, right? There was those wells. And remember how Abraham had made a covenant, right? You know, the people of the land, the Abimelech and the Philistines from the other generation, like the ruler, Abimelech, to say like the White House, the Pharaoh, the Great House, right? Abimelech, my father's king, right? That the ruler of the Peleshti, right? The immigrant community that ancient Egypt moved into the land, right? Historically speaking about the Peleshet, the original Palestinians, you know, from that time, the Sea Peoples, descendants of the Sea Peoples, they made an agreement with Abraham, didn't they? Earlier, they made this whole agreement and did this whole thing, you know, with Abraham and the seven. You remember the 7 ewes, and I think Abimelech asked him, "Hey, what meanest thou by these 7 ewes? I mean, 7 ewes, these 7 ewes, right?" And remember how Abraham had rebuked them because of a well. There was a well incident from the previous generation, but they had come into, they already had an agreement. They already had a so-called covenant betwixt them, right? Now notice this here. So Yitzhak is now dealing with the same people, the Peleshet, right? But notice that the Philistines had stopped up the wells. Remember, Abraham had rebuked Abimelech previously about a well. See, why is this information being put here in Torah? People just think, oh, maybe it's just, you know, this happened and that happened. No. You know, as you think on it, you'd be like, wait, hold on for a moment. This is going on here, and now they want to come into another agreement. It reminds me about the ceasefire. Is that when they talk about ceasefire? You know, the one who says they're winning is calling for ceasefire. The winner is never calling for ceasefire. The loser always is calling for ceasefire. Abraham didn't say, come on, let's go, let's have a covenant. No, they come to him, right? And you'll notice his pattern, right? So he built an altar there. Now after Yahweh appeared to him, this is after an incident with like a couple of wells. They stopped at the wells of his father. He undug them. Then he dug 2 new wells and everything. They fought over those wells, Esek and Sitna. Sitna comes from the root of Satan. They were adversarial about that. You know, it was an adversarial situation with the Palestinians, right? And then, right, he went forward, right, and he dug another well. Him and his servants dug another well, Rehoboth, the streets, the Avs. Now Yitzhak is on the Av. Well, actually, Yitzhak, they basically dug the Av. You dig it? Right? Rehoboth means the Avs, the streets, the broad place. You say Yahweh has given I a room right here, right? So that was 3 wells. The first 2, the Palestine, they fought over. But then think about it for a moment. Didn't they stop up the wells that Abraham had dug? Abraham had rebuked them about concerning a well, right? Because of the Philistines and Philistines. And now they were coming into a new so-called peace treaty. Like, we're going to deal with each other's fear now. Fair and square, you know, because now we know you're the blessed of Yahweh. That's what they were saying, you know. But here, notice that this is after that. So Yahweh appears to him afterward, right? And so then he builds an altar. He pitches tent there. And then the last part of the verse right here, the last phrase, where it says, and there Yitzhak's servants digged a well, right? There. Right, and he pitched his tent there, and there Yitzhak's servants digged a well. So they dug another well. So that was the wells of his father that they stopped up. Right, they must have. I would think if they stopped up Abraham's wells, things was good for them. But when Yitzhak undug them out, you know, him and his servants undug them out, and he dug 2 new wells. They fought over it. They said the well is water. The water is ours. It's ours. See the fools. You know, it's almost like sometimes spite your nose, your face, some crazy saying like that. But it's obvious that they needed water, right? But look what they did to the water You know, like people hate you so much that you do something that can benefit them, and they're gonna stop that. They're gonna stop the benefit to themselves. This is what you get with these ites in the land, right? The Palestine, right? The ancient Palestinian. And then Abimelech went to him. Now notice what it says right here. See the last part right here? After Yahweh appeared to him and blessed him and strengthened him, he built the altar, called the name of Yahweh, pitched his tent there, and then his servants got busy. Right? They digged another well. They digged a well. And then, with this spying on him, they're watching him. They're watching and peeping him, right? And Abimelech then went. Abimelech appears to be a kind of a title, you know, like the Abimelech, you know, the Abimelech, like somebody said the Pharaoh or the White House, the president, you know, Buckingham Palace, you know what I mean? You know, they usually use these kind of terminologies even then, right? But he went, right? Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, right? And Ahuzat, one of his friends, and Phicol, right? And perhaps Phicol too might be a kind of a title, right? The Phicol, the strong one, the chief of the army, the strong one, right? But in the Hebrew sense, Phicol means the mouth of all, right? The mouth of all, Phicol. Phicol literally means phe, pe, right? Mouth call of all. The chief captain of his army, of his Ava, right? His Abba, his Saba'ah at the root of Sabaoth, right? It says Sabaoth, and Sabaoth is not Sabbath. He's the Lord of what? Right? He's the Lord of Sabaoth, Yahweh Sabaoth. All right, the Son of Man is Lord of the Shabbat. The human being is Lord of the Shabbat, is what Robin was saying. But now, so this shows that they were watching him, and they went from Gerar. Remember, he moved away. He made distance in Yitzhak, because he said, y'all hate, you know. Well, here he picks up again for the old contention, right? And Yitzhak said to them, wherefore come y'all to me, seeing that y'all hate me, and have sent me away from you? Remember when he dug that third well, he's prospering and everything, he's planting the land. They envy and they're eyeing him, they're envious, and they say, yo, you got to get away from here, because, you know, your prosperity and success is bothering us so much. You know, we can't get no sleep. We're seeing how good things are for you. Can you please leave so we can be in our misery by ourselves? So they basically sent him away from them, right? And in verse 28, this is the verse we're getting to right here for the continuity purpose right here. And they said, right, we saw certainly that Yahweh was with thee. Didn't they see it before? They saw it before, right? So notice, his father makes a covenant, like a peace treaty with them, right? And he rebukes them about a well that the Philistines had violently taken away from Abraham's servants, right? And then Abimelech in the previous, he said, oh, I didn't know anything about that until today, until you told me just now. Yeah, right. You didn't know nothing about it, right? Okay, so you would have thought that covenant, they would have honored that covenant would have been good, right? Because they already made a covenant. Like if you come along and your father, your mother makes a covenant and everything with these other peoples and everything, you would think that the covenant is still good. But you now have to go through all that work and almost like redo, right, what your parents had did, right? And now they come to you and they say, yeah, man, you're really blessed. You really prospered. We see this now. And so let's have like an oath betwixt us, right? And we said, right, let there be now an oath. A what? An oath, a H423. Let there be an Allah. Let there be an Allah between us, an Allah, right? An oath of a covenant. Well, this is the oath of the covenant with the other ites, right? This is usually the oath of the covenant with the other peoples, right? It's kind of interesting because even if you pay attention, other people prefer, like, to use, like what's more in their culture, their way of thinking, right? So the Philistines are calling out this Allah, right? Calling out this Allah, noun feminine, right? Allah, imprecation, right? A curse, a cursing, an extrication, right? Like we said, that this kind of an oath is like somebody says like, let such and such, like on my mama or my papa, or something happened to somebody else, or that happened to my children, these kind of weirdo kind of things there, these satanic, those kind of oaths, right? They say, let it be now an Allah between, or betwixt, remember twixt? Betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, and let us make a what? Right? Like a contract, an agreement, a berit. Let us cut a covenant, right? So when it says let us make, in Hebrew, to make a covenant, right, in the ancient East was to karat, like to cut, karat, right, to cut a covenant, right? Basically, like, let us cut a covenant, cut a berit with thee. Now, when I was reading this, right, it was interesting how they were speaking, right? How the Torah writer here brings out their speech, right? So right here, let's go to, we'll read this first right here, where it says, Wa yomru, and they said, Wa yomru, the u there, they, Wa yomru, and they said, Ra'o, ra'inu, Ra'o, re'eh, to see, he saw, re'eh, here they're saying Ra'o. Ra'o is like seeing. Ra'o, seeing. Ra'inu. Ra'i, anu, us. Ra'inu. We have seen. Like seeing, we have seen. Ra'o, ra'inu. Seeing, we have seen. Right? Ra'o, ra'inu. Ki, haya. Ki, for haya. He, haya. Wuhu, haya. He was. Wuhu, haya. Wuhu, ahowe. He, be. Wuhu, yihyeh. Yihyeh, and he will be Betifera. That chant right there in Tifera, right? The Hebrew of Tefari. But here they say Ki haya, for it was, or he was Yahuwah, he who be who he be, Imak, with the eye. Ki haya, Yahuwah, Ki haya, for was, right, Yahuwah, he who he be, Imak, for he who he be was with you, like is with you, because he was with you, right? Wa nomer, and nomer, and we said, right, Tehi, let it be, Tehi na, please let it be, Tehi na, come on, let it be. Tehi, let it be, or like to say, let she be, in a sense. Tehi na, let she be, let it be, Allah. Let there be an Allah. Right? Tehi na Allah, beya noteinu, beya neinu. I thought this was kind of interesting, these words here. You could hear it's like their way of speaking. This is a certain way of speaking, like seeing we saw. Like almost like somebody saying, seeing we saw. Right? Normally people would say, we saw. But they say in seeing, right, we saw. Right? And here they say, Beinotenu, between us, Beinenu. Right? It's almost like between us. So they're saying, see, here's how they slick. Here's how they slick with it, right? The Philistines, the Philistines, right? They're saying, like, let that be an Allah. Let that be like an oath, like an oath that has a consequence of cursing, of a cuss, a consequence of a curse, right? An Allah, Beinenu, amongst us, like amongst them themselves. And then they say, Beinenu, and between us, or Beineka. What I'm trying to say here, normally one would just say something like Beinenu or Beineka, all right? But the way they say it, they kind of like say it almost like, the English brings it out a little bit here. Let's just touch on this just briefly right here. When I saw it, I said, why are they basically just with a variation repeating the whole between us thing? Why they repeating this Bain, the Bain? Bain mean between. Bayin, right? Bayin means like between, in the midst, between. Now, what's interesting is that the word bean, having the same letters but pointed differently, bean means like to discern, to consider, to discern. You know how we say that the ability of understanding, overstanding. True overstanding is the ability to discern between things, right? Between, for example, things that are similar but not the same, right? A good understanding. And it comes from this root sense of bane. Bane is like between, right? So we have bane and bean and beena. Beena is understanding, right? So understanding is based on, what's between, what's amongst, between, kind of a distinguishment between, right? Distinction. You see what it says distinction, or between this and between that, either this or either that, leading to right choice, righteous, right choice. Yes. So when I was reading it, I said, "Why is this a typo or something?" Because it says "Beno Teinu," right? Benenu, right? Between us. It almost say between us and you. Check. So I come to you and your people. I say, let there be a covenant. Let there be an oath of cursing an Allah. Let there be an Allah like between us and you. You see the select right there? Usually you say between us, like I and I, there's us here, and between you. But then if you say, well, between us and you, it's almost like there is a covenant between them, and then there's a covenant between them and you. You check right there. So it's brought out here a little bit, but one might think it's old English poetry. It says, may there be now an oath betwixt us. You see how they slick with it? They put in the word even in italicization, even between us and thee, right? And let us make a covenant, right? Let us make a covenant with thee, right? So here, Wayomru, Rao Rainu Kihaya Yahuwah Imak, Wa Nomer Tehina Allah, Beinoteinu Beneinu Beineka, we Nikareta, Berita Imak. Right, and let us cut, right, nikrita, let us karat, make I and I, nikrita, come on, let us cut, right, let us karat, we're nikrita, right, berit, a covenant imak, right, with you, right. So here, just on this one right here, we get into a little more detail, but since what happened, the technical difficulty over this H423. So I said, okay. Some will say, well, no, it doesn't mean curse, but like that. It means an oath. It's just like the regular oath. It's just like, your God is just like our God. We all got to say, we all worship the same God. No. Right? Right? Because notice what it said. They said, we saw certainly that Yahuwah was with thee. Not that Yahuwah is with us, but with thee. Right? So here, when we look at this right here, let's do this right here. Okay, so it's the H423, right? Let's see how this word Allah, right? How is Allah translated, right? Let's find the Allah verses. There's 32 Allah verses, right? Notice right here. Here as oath, right? They have it. Notice right here in Leviticus. So there's 2 verses in the Torah, in the first book, Bereshit, right? 24:41 and 26:28, right? Where it has Allah, right? No, Allah is not the same as Eloha. No, it's not. So it's not this further, right? What are you saying? Leviticus 5:1, it says, and if a soul sin, right, and hear the voice of swearing, you see, it's the Allah, hear the voice of swearing, right, making an oath, like, right, and is a witness whether he have seen or known. If he do not utter, if he don't speak on it, if he doesn't utter or tell it, to say tell it, make it known, right, Nagid, Nagad, right, then he shall bear his what? His avon, right, his perversity, his depravity, his guilt, right, guiltiness, his mischief, right, his moral evil, right. So you see right here in the law, right, let's go over here in 5:21, Numbers. Then the priest shall charge the woman with an oath, right? With a what? A shibu'ah, a shibu'ah, shibu'ah, right? Shibu'ah, right? An oath, shibu'ah, remember shibu'ah, right? From the Shabbat sense, right here, from the sense of to seven oneself, that is to swear as if repeating a declaration 7 times, because from related to the word 7, right? An oath of cursing. All right, so then this woman, the woman, the jealousy of the husband, to prevent further wrongdoing, the priest would moderate if the husband thought that maybe my wife, she has cheated on me, so he won't take matters into his own hands. He goes to the priest, and the priest performed this rite, according to Numbers 5:21, right? But here we have a shabuah, right, of Allah, right, of cursing. You see how the words are distinguished here. See, they make it very clear what kind of an oath. Is an oath of cursing. And the priest shall say to the woman, right, Yahweh, make thee a curse, right? Make thee a what? Make thee an Allah, right? And an oath, right? A shabu'ah. So these words are not the same, right? It's distinguishing two things, right? An oath among thy people, when Yahweh doth make thy thigh to ride and thy belly to swell, right? So right there, and then it says over here in 5:23, and HaKohen shall write these what? These curses, right? These curses. It didn't say these oaths, but these curses in a book, in a sefer, right? In a sefer, a sifra, right? A book, right? A writing in a sense, right? And he shall blot them out with the bitter water, right? And then over here, it has it once again about the woman in that context right there, right? And then it says in Deuteronomy 29:12, that thou shouldest enter into the covenant with Yahweh Eloheka and into his oath, the consequences, that Yahweh Eloheka maketh with thee this day. So we have it in this context, right? It says right here, Deuteronomy 29:14, neither with you only do I make this covenant, right? The covenant and this oath. Now, you remember that in Deuteronomy, what was made with that generation was different than Sinai. What do we mean by that, right? Well, at Sinai, right, was with their forefathers. Deuteronomy, at this point in Deuteronomy 29, it's the next generation. It's the generation that follows. You remember the 40-year generation that wandered, 70, 80-year generation? Yeah, them, right? So he goes on here in 29:19, and it shall come to pass when he heareth the words of this what? This Allah, right? That he bless himself in his heart, right? So he's going to hear the words of Allah, and then he's going to bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have shalom, salam, right? He shall have shalom or salam, though, right, I walk in the imagination of mine heart to add drunkenness to thirst. So see how this word Allah is being distinguished here. Yes, it's used, but it's to understand, well, what is it really, right? Let's go on just a little bit more to verse 20. And Yahuwah will not spare him. So you're going to hear the words of the Allah, and then he's going to bless himself, thinking that he's going to walk in salam, or he's going to walk in shalom or peace, right? Yahuwah will not spare him, but then the anger of Yahuwah and his zealousy, they say jealousy, but zealousy, zeal, right, shall smoke. Yahweh is going to give him all that smoke against that man. And all the curses that are written in this book, so you see the connection right there, shall lie upon him, and Yahweh shall blot out his name from under Shemayim. All right, just to understand what we really are talking about when people try to say we all got the same God. And, they use the fact that many of us may not know, much more than just basics of English. All right, Deuteronomy 29:21, and Yahweh shall separate him to evil. So do what? Separate. It says, be y'all separate. Come out from her and be y'all. So Yahweh shall do what to this one? Separate him to evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses, the Allah, right, of the covenant that are written in this book of Torah, right? In this book of Torah, right? How many books? Question. That's a question there. Deuteronomy 30:7. Last place in the Torah where we have, notice in these verses, it's in the plural. And also note that with the generation that went into the land, the children of the generation that wandered, there was a covenant made. So there was a covenant at Sinai, and it says that the covenant in the plains of Moab was not like the covenant that Yahweh made with their fathers at Sinai. Check. Deuteronomy 30:7, right? And Yahweh Eloheka will put all these curses upon thine enemies, right? When we do that which is right. So they'll have the Allah. They'll have Allah, right? Right, upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, who persecuted thee, right? Okay, you see, because the pale, white, red Mohammedan Arabs, the sense of Esau and the Mohammedanism, they understood something that many of us probably didn't know. You know what I mean? Why do they do to their, we say, well, we're brothers. Well, why would they do this to, it's a big thing that happened with Malcolm X when he went over to the East. He says he was there, prayed with white men, but he was a red man. Check, remember, we have Esau and Yaakov. I remember David was ruddy, but some say there's a difference between being ruddy and red. Touch on that. But notice over here, right? So we see right here, if any man trespass against his neighbor and an oath be laid upon him to cause him to swear, to make him swear, and the oath come before thine altar to this house. It goes on here. Let's see what the words. Second Chronicles 34:24. You see where the highlighted word is curses, right? And the curses written in the book that they have read before the king of Yehuda, the king of Judah, right? Entered into a curse. They clave to their brethren, their nobles, and entered into a curse and into an oath to walk before Yahweh's law, right? His Torah, right? And then we see over here, by wishing a curse to his soul. Job 31:30 says, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin. What? Remember Yeshua says, just make a yay, yay, and nay, nay, Robenu, right? Yeshua HaNotzri, right? Neither Eob, the good, we call him the good. You know how Yeshua spoke about the good Samaritan? We call Job, right, the good Edomite. Right, we'll get into that, Yah willing, the good Edomite, right? He says, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin by wishing a curse, right, to his soul. So we have the mediator of the old covenant, Moshe, brings us forward Eob, the book of Job. He gives us the book of Job, right? And Yeshua gives the teaching on the good Samaritan, right? Right? By wishing a curse to his soul, neither has he done this, right? Notice that. You see what I'm saying? That's the word Allah, right, to his soul, right? Psalm 10:7 says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit. Uh-oh, right? There we go again, the Allah, full of Allah, right? Right, and deceit and fraud and takiya, right? Under his tongue, mischief and vanity, right? Deceits. Right, deceits, vanity, iniquity, vanity, moral perversity. 59:12. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride. You're proud, right? Pride. Remember, that was one of the sins of Sodom, right? Sodom says the sins of Sodom, basically was pride, right? Fullness of bread and abundance of idleness, right? In their pride, for the cursing, the Allah, and the lying, the what? The lying that they speak, right? Right, Proverbs 29:24. Just a quick run through. Whoso is partner with a thief hateth his own soul. He heareth cursing and bereaveth it not. And does what? He doesn't tell it. He hears his cursing, but he keeps it. Right? You know, like they tell us one thing on the cover, and then we recognize something else when we study. Right? Isaiah, Yeshaya 24:6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. The what? The Allah. Allah has done what? Devoured the land. And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt. Right? And few men left. Jeremiah. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing. Because of what? Swearing. Yeshua warns us about this, right? Because of swearing, the land mourneth, right? The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is ra, right? Evil, not beneficial, not good. And their force is not right. Their gebura, their deeds, their mighty deeds, the deeds that they do are not right. Right? Just bring this out here, swearing or cursing, right? The course is violence, right? 29:18, and I will persecute them with the sword, with the famine, and with the pestilence. Sword, famine, pestilence, Trinity, right? And will deliver them to be removed to all the kingdoms, the governments of the land, the governments of the earth, to be a what? To be a curse, and Allah, right? Right? The black man is Allah, right? He's a curse, and astonishment, and a hissing, and a reproach among all the goyim, whither where I have driven them. To be a curse, for a curse, to be a curse. Remember it says, and in blessing will be a blessing, but now in the flip mode. Jeremiah 42:18. For thus saith Yahweh, Sabaoth Elohei Yisrael, the Elohim of Israel, as mine anger and my fury have been poured forth upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so shall my fury be poured forth upon you. When y'all shall enter into Mitzrayim, to Tawi, the two lands, and y'all shall be, and now here they change it up. They change it up on us. They don't say curse, right? They did something new. Extrication. What's the extrication of Allah, right? Right? And an astonishment and a curse. Now, this word curse is kelala. Kelala is the other word for curse. It means to be like kelal. Kelal, like to be slight, to be trifling, like a little account. You know, like when somebody's treating you like you're of little value, little worth, like contempt, the sense of contempt right there. Yeah. So that's another curse context in the scripture. And a reproach. And y'all shall see this place no more. Right? Jeremiah 44:12. And I will take the remnant of Yehuda that have set their faces to go to land of Mitzrayim, set their faces to go to Kemet, right, to the Tawi, right, to do what? To sojourn there. And they shall all be consumed, fall in the land of Mitzrayim, right? They shall be consumed by the sword, by the famine. They shall die from the least even to the greatest, by the sword and by the famine. And they shall be an extrication and Allah, and an astonishment, and a curse, a kalala, right? And a reproach. You know, like when we say, why do they treat us this way? They don't treat us like we're of no value. You know, like we're of a low value or no value. Ezekiel, Yechezkel, quickly read it. 16:59. For thus saith Ha'adon Yahweh, right? I will even deal with thee as thou hast done. Right? The Mida connected, Mida, measure for measure, that has despised, right, the oath, the Allah, right, in breaking the covenant. Despise the consequence, right, for breaking that covenant, the curse of the extrications. Ezekiel, Yechezkel 17:13, and have taken the king's seed, the king's race, the king's seed, and made a covenant with him, and have taken an oath of him, an Allah of him. He hath also taken the mighty of the land, brought him to an oath, right? Chai, Amar Ha'adon Yahweh, as I live, right? Saith Ha'adon Yahweh, surely in the place, the king that made him king, whose oath Allah he despised, and whose covenant, right? Whose covenant, now here the word for covenant is berit, right? Berit, right? And whose covenant he break, even with him in the midst of Babylon, he shall die. Yechezkel, seeing he despised the oath by breaking the covenant, when, lo, look, he had given his hand and have done all these, he shall not escape. 17:19. Therefore, thus saith Ha'adon Yahweh, Chai Ani, as I live, surely mine oath, Allah, right? So he's not Allah, but he has an Allah, right? That he has despised, and my covenant, Beriti, that he has broken, even it will I recompense upon his own rosh, upon his own head, his own ras. Right? Here, Daniel, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. You know, for 9/11, have you ever read Ecclesiastes 9/11? Check it out when you get a chance. Ecclesiastes 9/11, the roots reggae. The race is not for the swift, the battle not for the strong. But here, Daniel, right? My judge is El, is the Almighty. Daniel 9/11. Yea, all Yisrael, call Yisrael, have transgressed thy law, Torah Teka, even by departing, that they might not obey, Shama, right? That they might not do what? Obey, Shama, Shema Yisrael. Hear, O Israel, also Shema Yisrael, obey, O Israel, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse, the Allah is poured upon us, taking us into captivity. Ain't that something? The oath, right? The oath, the Shabu'ah, that is written in the Torah of Moshe, the servant, the Ebed of Ha-Elohim, because we have sinned, we've upped up against him. Zachariah, Zakar, the remembrance of Yah, Zakar, the male of Yah. Then said he to me, to I, this, the curse, Ha-Allah, right, that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, the whole land. Oh, wow. This verse here. This is the curse that goeth over, over the whole land. No, there's something around here. I don't know if this is it, but for everyone that stealeth, right, shall be cut off, as on this side, according to everyone that sweareth, shall be cut off on that side, according to it. Right? Okay, this is the face, that goes the face of the whole earth. Okay, I think it's elsewhere in Zechariah where it says, this is the something, what is it, the face? But he uses the word eye. You know, like the eye, the Illuminati eye, the one eye, it kind of brings it out in one of the verses here. But be that as it may it as it be, right there. Just wanted to bring that forward right there, just on the Allah. Okay, let's see. Let's move forward and see if we can continue to move forward. So here, this was for the continuity purpose, showing like the business that was going on. They didn't honor the business that Abraham had made with their forefathers, the Philistines, right? What they did to the well. That's why I mentioned those things there. So if you remember, you're like, wait, Abraham had the same situation where he reproved them about the well. They had come to Abraham saying that he was blessed and they saw he was a mighty prince and all this, flattery. But, they were like, let's come into the covenant. Let's have a covenant between us that you won't treat us and my people wrong. That's why I said in this verse where it says, Benotenu and Benenu, like betwixt us, right? Even betwixt us, like between us and thee. So were they to have an oath between themselves and then like another oath between themselves and Yitzhak? Check it. Remember how their fathers were not faithful in their oath they gave to Abraham. After Abraham had rebuked them over a well that Abimelech, the Philistines, had violently taken away from Abraham's servants. And we see what's going on here in this Torah reading and feeding. And then they go on to say that thou will do us no hurt. No what? Ra'ah. Basically, the word hurt is evil. Did you know that the word hurt in this context is evil? All right, the word hurt right here, that you would do us no ra'ah, that you would do us no evil. Now, you might think that, well, you see, that's a good oath right there that you won't do, but it's like somebody saying, let's make a covenant that you won't do me no evil. It doesn't mean that I won't do you no evil. You know what I'm saying? Because they go on to say, as we have not touched thee. They didn't touch him, right? Touch not the Lord's anointed. They didn't touch him, but notice they touch what belonged to him, right? Remember the well that his servants, it's like he's saying his servants is a part of him, right? Right there. As we have done to thee nothing but good. Check out the language, y'all. All right, we've done to thee nothing but good. Rock in Hebrew is like only. Just, to say like just, rock, like only good, like just good. We only done you good. right? You know, but that can be very subjective too, right? What's good and pleasing to them, right, might have been to stop up the wells of Abraham, to take away the wells that Yitzhak served, and that might have been good to them. You know what I mean? And have sent thee away in peace. We sent you away in shalom. You know what I mean? They're doing all sort of evil to you, and then they tell you that they're about a religion of peace. Right? They're telling you that they're about a religion of peace. You know what I mean? But they're doing a lot of stuff, saying cut off your head and take your stuff, and if you live in their land, you got to pay taxes, you know, to them for peace. Right? Right? Thou, right? Now, the blessed of Yahweh. Right? See, they were just acknowledging the obvious. Right? You know what I'm saying? But here's what we're going to pick up right here, the 5th and 6th and the 7th aliyah right here. I want to make this little commentary right here. And he made them a feast. Now, this is another word too. Feast appears elsewhere. Right? In Leviticus chapter 23, we have it as the Moed. We also have it as the Chag. Chag is a feast, like a celebration feast, a holy feast, Chag, right? Like Haggai, the prophet Haggai, my feast, my festival. And we also have the word Moed. Moed is appointment, like Yahweh's appointments, the Moedim. Right, the Moedim, the appointments, the feasts, the festivals, the Moedai, Yahweh, the feasts, the festivals of Yahweh. Right, but here he uses the word feast. Right, so sometimes the word is always not the same word, and that's what gives the attention to details. Right, you know, the divinity, the truth is in the details. Right, they talk about the devil. Well, you know, we're not looking for him. Our foot is. You know what I mean? But anyway, mishteh. We have the word mishteh. Right? Mishteh. Mishteh is a feast, but it's really a drink. Why is mishteh? Okay, you know how some people say we're going to have a party, we're going to have a feast, but when you go to the feast, it's just everybody's just drinking. It's a drinking feast. Basically, this is a drinking feast, mishteh. How do we know that mishteh? Mishteh is a drinking feast. Well, it's a noun masculine, right? Drink. We can see it down here, but we can also see it when we go to the root word. Shata. Shata is to drink. Shata. Right? Give me a shot. Is that where they get the word shot? I like it. Give me a shata of that, a shata of this, right? A drink, to drink. Shata, he drank. Literally, he drank. Right? Shata, of drinking cup of Yahweh's, of Elohim's wrath, of slaughter. So it can be in a kind of a contextual sense, a figurative sense, but it means to feast, right? The Nephile sense is to be drunk, to imbibe, right? So what kind of a banquet did Yitzhak, he knew who he was dealing with, right? These immigrants, the Peleshet, right? Palestine, right? The Philistines, right? To drink. The implication is drinking. So it's a banquet, yes, it's a feast, but it's usually a banquet, a feast of drink, right? Mishteh, right? The mishteh, right? Because otherwise you might think of this as a feast, like, you know, when it says like, you know, like the holy feast. It's not that kind of feast right there. But here, let's ride up, right here. All praise Baruch. Ha Elohim. Yes.
Man, that is blessed. All he needs to do is follow the spirit which is legit. That is how we'll all grow. Know him, Elohim. Man, that is blessed. All he needs to do is follow. Man, that is blessed. Man, that is blessed. Man, that is blessed. All he needs to do is follow the spirit which is legit. That is how we'll all grow. Know him, Elohim.
Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, O children of Israel? Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians? Are ye not as children of the children of the Ethiopians? Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, saith the Lord?
የሚያየንን አየነው፣ የሰማንን አወቅነው፣ የዳሰሰንን አገኘነው፣ የአብርሃምን አምላክ የሚያየንን ጌታ ኤልሮሂምን። אלרוהים, 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 אלרוהים.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אדוני אחד.
And here, Shema Yisrael, here for the Hamishi, here for the fifth reading, the fifth Aliyah, the fifth up offering, here for this Shabbat Toldot, Sabbath generation, Senvet Twldm. Here picking up the first book of Moses, the first book of Moshe, Hebrew book that's called Genesis. Here from the Sefer Birthright, here Genesis chapter 26, here at verse 30 for the Hamishi, for the fifth reading, the fifth Aliyah, for this Shabbat Toldot. Vaya'asa lahem mishteh, vayayoklu, vayayishtu, and he made them a feast. Vaya'asa lahem mishteh, and they did eat. Vayoklu, and drink. Vayishtu, and they rose up betimes in the morning and swore one to another. And Yitzhak sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And they departed from him b'shalom. And it came to pass the same day that Yitzhak, Isaac's servants, came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said to him, we have found water. And he called it Sheba, and he called it Sheba. He called it Sheba. Therefore, the name of the city is Be'er-Sheba, Beersheba, to this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife to Isha, Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, whom were a grief of mine to Yitzhak, to Isaac, and to Rivkah, and to Rebekah. And here, Shema Yisrael, here picking up first book of Moshe, Hebrew book that's called Genesis, here from the Sefer Bereshit, here Genesis chapter 27, the stolen blessing, what is called the stolen blessing. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said to him, my son, Beni. And he said to him, behold, here I, behold. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said to him, Beni, my son, Wayomer Layo, Hineni. And he said to him, behold, here am I. And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take I some venison, and make I savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul, nafshi, may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau, Benayo, spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake to Yaakov, her son, saying, behold, I heard thy father speak to Esau, thy brother, saying, bring I venison, and make I savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee lifnei Yahovah, before Jehovah, before my death. Now therefore, Beni, my son, my child, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. I go now to the flock and fetch I from there 2 good kids of the goats. And I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Yaakov and Jacob said to Rebekah, Imo, his mother, behold, Esau, behold, Esau, Hain, Esau, Achi, Ish, Sa'ir. Behold, Esau, my brother, Ish, Sa'ir. Behold, my brother, a hairy man, and I, with Anoki, and I, a smooth man, Ish, Halak. My father, peradventure, perhaps, will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver. Perhaps my father, peradventure, ulai, ye musheni abi, where hayayiti de ayanayoa, kimata etea. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him a mocker, a deceiver. With heya betia alaya elala with lo braka, and I shall bring a curse upon me. With heya betia alai elala. And not a blessing, and no blessing. With lo braka. And Imo, his mother, said to him, upon I be thy curse, Beni, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me. And he went and fetched, and brought them to Imo, his mother. And Imo, his mother, made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Ribkah and Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in Habait, in the house, and put them upon Yaakov, Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Yaakov, into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came to his father and said, Abi, Abi. And he said, Here I, who art thou, my son Beni? And Yaakov and Jacob said to his father, I, Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me, that thy soul may bless I. And Yitzhak, Isaac, said to Beno, his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, Beni, my son? And he said, Ki hikraya wa Eloheka lefanai. And he said, because Yahweh Jehovah Eloheka, I Elohim, brought it to me. Because Yahweh Jehovah Eloheka sent me good speed. Ki hikrai Yahweh Eloheka lefanai. And Yitzhak, Isaac, said to Yaakov, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, Beni, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau, or not. And Yaakov and Jacob went near to Yitzhak, his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Yaakov, is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he said, Vayomer Hakol Kol Yaakov we Hayayadayim Yidei Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him, and he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, Vayomer Ani, I. And he said, bring it near to me, near to I, and I will eat of my son's venison, that nafshi, my soul, my psyche, may bless thee I. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. The bracha of Yaakov, the blessing of Jacob, verse 26. And his father Yitzhak, Isaac, said to him, come near now, and kiss me, and kiss I Beni, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which Jehovah hath blessed. And hear. Shema Yisrael, hear for the Sheishi Aliyah here for this Shabbat Toldot here, picking up with first book of Moshe, Hebrew book called Genesis chapter 27, here at verse 28. For the Sheishi, for the sixth Aliyah, the sixth up offering, the sixth reading, here for this Shabbat, Toldot, Sabbath, generation, Senbet Twldm, here picking up with Genesis chapter 27 at verse 28, the Sheishi Aliyah. With Yitein leka ha'Elohim mit'al ha'shamayim u'amisha mane ha'aretz u'rov dagan u'tirosh. Therefore, Elohim, Ha-Elohim, the true good, the true God, give the eye of the dew of heaven. Yiteina leka Ha-Elohim mit'al hashamayim, and the fatness of the earth, of the earthly plane. U'amishamane ha'aretz, and plenty of corn and wine. With rova dagana with tirosh. Let make people serve the eye, and nations bow down to the eye. Be Lord over thy brethren, and make thy mother's sons bow down to thee, the eye. Curse be everyone that curseth thee, I, and blessed be he that blesseth thee, I. And it came to pass, as soon as Yitzhak, Isaac, had made an end of blessing Yaakov, blessing Jacob, and Yaakov and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence, from the face of Yitzhak, Isaac, his father, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat and brought it to his father and said to his father, let make my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul, thy psyche may bless me. And Yitzhak and Isaac, his father, said to him, who? Thou, I. And he said, I, thy son, thy firstborn Esau, thy firstborn Esau. And Yitzhak, Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou that I camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. Esau's unavailing remorse. See and compare the epistle to the Hebrews, chapter 12, verses 16 and 17 here, picking up with Genesis chapter 27, verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said to his father, bless me, bless I, even me, even I also, Abi, O my father. And he said, Achika, thy brother, came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing, thy baraka. And he said, is not he rightly named Yaakov, Jacob? For he hath supplanted I these 2 times. He took away my birthright. And behold, now he hath taken away my baraka, my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a baraka, a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said to Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord. I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now to thee, I, Beni, my son? And Esau said to his father, hast thou but one baraka, one blessing? Abi, my father, bless me, and me also, oh Abi, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of Shemaim, of the heavens from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve Achika, thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that I shall break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Yaakov, Jacob, because of the baraka, the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father Abi are at hand. Then will I slay Achi, my brother Yaakov, Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Yaakov, her younger son, and said to him, behold, Achika, thy brother Esau, as touching thee I, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee I. Now therefore, Beni, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee thou to Laban, Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until Achika, thy brother's fury, turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence, from there. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Yitzhak, to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Yaakov take a wife, a Isha, a Eshet, or Oset, of the daughters of Heth, such as these, which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? Hear. First book of Moshe, Hebrew book called Genesis chapter 28, Yaakov, Jacob at Beit El, at Bethel, the Abrahamic covenant confirmed to him. And Yitzhak and Isaac called Yaakov Jacob, and blessed him, and charged him, and said to him, thou shalt not take a Isha, a Eshet, or Oset, of the daughters of Canaan, the Canaanu, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padan Aram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a Isha, a Eshed, an Osset, from thence, from there, of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's Ak, thy mother's brother. And El Shaddai, bless the eye, and make the eye fruitful, and multiply the eye, that thou mayest be a multitude of people, and give the eye the braka, the blessing of Abraham, to thee eye, and to thy seed, Zarikah, the eye race with the eye, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which Elohim, the true good, the true God, gave to Abraham.
Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, O children of Israel?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad.
Hebrew book called Genesis chapter 28, here at verse 5 for the Shavi'i, the Shavi'i. Here, Shema Yisrael, here, Israel. Ethiopia hoy simi ye Jerusalem here for the Shavi'i, here for the seventh Aliyah, the seventh reading, the seventh up offering here for this Shabbat Toldot, Sabbath generation Senbet Twldm. Here, pick up the first book of Moshe. Hebrew book called Genesis chapter 28, here at verse 5 for the Shavi'i, the Shavi'i, here for the seventh Aliyah, seventh up offering, right here, Shema Yisrael, give ear. Wayishlach Yitzhak et Yaakov, Wayelek Padena Eram Elavana Bena Betuela Ha Rami Achia Rivka Yaakov with Esau. Here, picking up with Genesis chapter 28, he had verse 5 for the Shavi'i, and Yitzhak and Isaac sent away Yaakov, Wayishlach Yitzhak et Yaakov, and he went to Padan Aram to Laban. Wayelech Padena Aram ella Laban, son of Bethuel the Syrian, Ben Betuel Ha-Erami, the Aramean, the Syrian, the brother of Ribka. Achi Ribka, Jacob and Esau's mother, the mother of Yaakov and Esau. Aim Yaakov with Esau. When Esau saw that Yitzhak, that Isaac had blessed Yaakov and sent him away to Padan Aram to take him an Isha, an Eshet, an Osset, a wife from there, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge saying, thou, the I, shalt not take a Isha, a woman, a wife of the daughters of Canaan. And here, Shema Yisrael, here for the maftir here for this Shabbat Toldot, here picking out with Genesis chapter 28, here verse 7 for the maftir. Wayishma Yaakov ella Adio with ella Imo Wayeleka Padena Aram. And that Yaakov, that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother. Wayishma Yaakov ella Dio Ephraim, and was gone to Padan Aram. Wayelek Padena Aram. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Yitzhak his father, then went Esau to Ishmael, and took to the wives which he had Mahalat, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be Ishto, to be his Isha, his Eshet, his Orset. And here, completing the Torah portion, reading and feeding here for Shabbat Toldot. Glory be to the word, glory be to the sound, glory be to the power. Glory be to Einai Father, Einai King, glory be to the first power of the Trinity. In the name of Yeshua HaMoshiach. Amen. Stay tuned for the Haftarah and the Brit Hadash Aliyot.
Rastafari. Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, vayei olam natei, vatokanu. Baruch atah Yahweh, noten ha-Torah, Shelah.
Here for the Haftarah, the prophet's reading for this Toldot, Haftarah, Toldot, right here, first Baraka, the blessing before the reading of the prophets.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nebiim tobim v'ratzah b'debreihem hane'amarim ba'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe abdo u'be'Israel ammo u'b'nebiei ha'emet wa'tzedek. Blessed art thou, Adonai, Eloheinu, eternal King, who has chosen good prophets and was pleased with their words that were uttered with truth. Blessed art thou, Adonai, who chooses the Torah, and Moses his servant, and Israel his people, and the prophets of truth and righteousness.
Hear, O Israel, hear, O Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Kabur lekalu, kabur ledimsu, kabur lahailu. Glory to the word, glory be to the word, glory be to the sound, glory be to the power. Kabur lekalu, kabur ledimsu, kabur lahailu, kabur labinu, melkelkenu. Glory be to our Father and our King. Kabur le abuna, le ngusna, le kadama, we haile Selassie. Glory be to the first power of the Trinity. Be Shem Yeshua HaMoshiach, in the name of Yeshua, the Messiah. Be Getachna, be Medhanatachin, be Jesus Christus Sim. Amen.
Yes, my brothers and sisters. A little delay right here. Let me get that audible from our co-laborer on board, on deck. But here. Kadosh. Holy.
I am blessed, must confess. I am blessed. I am blessed, never know less. I am blessed. Working hard every night and day, 'cause I got some bills to pay. But I must give thanks 'cause I'm able. Got this good food on my table. All around the world, times is hard. People hungry, many are starving. Have enough, so I can't complain. No, I got to give thanks and praise. I'm blessed, must confess. I am blessed. I am blessed, never know less. I am blessed. Both working hard, barely surviving. Prices going up, rent gets higher. Today is the tough, future's unsure. Better make the way to endure. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and storms. People lose all you work for. These are robbers who take it away. So don't worry what tomorrow may bring. I'm blessed, must confess. I am blessed. I am blessed, never know less. I am blessed. We're living in troublous times. Talk of nuclear holocaust, martial law, and war. Seem like the end time, we're at the door. But in the Almighty, I know my footsteps is ordered. My future is sure. I am blessed. I'm blessed. I'm
Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children.
Yes. So here. Apologies, brothers and sisters. Right.
Rastafari.
The bracha still in effect, the blessing still in effect. Here.
Shema Yisrael.
Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel.
Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Book of Malachi, chapter 1, verses 1 to chapter 2, verse 7. Besama'av walet nefesakadus ahad yumlach. Burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith Yahweh Buruku. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh Zebaoth Buruku, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Buruku have indignation for Ava. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, Yahweh Buruku will be magnified from the border of Israel. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is my honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith Yahweh Zebaoth Buruku. To you, O priest, that despise my name, and ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? You offer polluted bread upon my altar, and you say, wherein have we polluted thee? And that you say, the table of Yahweh is contemptible. And if you offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if you offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Offer it now to thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person? Saith Yahweh Zebaoth Buruku. And now, I pray you, beseech El, that he will be gracious to us. This has been by your means. Will he regard your person, saith Yahweh Zebaoth? Who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Neither do you kindle fire on mine altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, saith Yahweh Zebaoth Buruku. Neither will I accept an offering at your hand. For from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles, the Goyim. And in every place incense shall be offered to my name. And a pure offering for my name's sake shall be great among the heathen, saith Yahweh Zebaoth. But you have profaned it, and that you say, the table of Yahweh is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible. You said also, behold, what a weariness is it, and you have snuffed at it, saith Yahweh Zebaoth, and you brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hands, saith Yahweh? But cursed be the deceiver which have in his flock a male, and voweth, and sacrifice to Yahweh a corrupt thing, for I am a great king, saith Yahweh Zebaoth Buruku, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. Amen. Chapter 2, verses 1 to 7. And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you, if you will not hear, and if you will not lay it to heart, to give glory to my name, saith Yahweh Zebaoth, I will even send a curse upon you, and I will curse your blessings. Yeah, I have cursed them already, because you do not lay it to heart. Behold, I will corrupt your seed and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of your solemn feast, and one shall take you away with it. And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment to you, that my covenant might be with Levi, saith Yahweh Zebaoth Buruku. My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him for the fear wherewith he feared me, and was afraid before my name. The law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many away from iniquity. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of Yahweh Zebaoth Buruku. Amen. Kebole kwalu, kebole demsu, kebole khailu, kebole ketamawi haile selasi, nugus niggas Ethiopia, sumi itizi abehera, Yeshua shalom. Amen.
For from the rising of the sun, even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering. For my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Evening sacrifice. Evening sacrifice.
Stay tuned for the Haftarah and the Brit Hadash Aliyot. 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 Aliyot.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher natan lanu Moshiach Yeshua ve'habarot shel habarik ha-hadasha. Baruch atah Adonai notain habarik ha-hadasha. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who gave to us the Messiah, Jesus, and the commandments of the new covenant. Blessed are you, Lord, giver of the new covenant.
Here, Shema, Shema, Shema. Here, Brit Chadasha right here for the first day service.
Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
The Brit Chadasha Chadis Kidan Renewed Covenant reading for RSS number 5, Chaye Sarah, the life of Sarah. From Matthew chapter 1, verse 1 through 17, and 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50 through 57. We begin B'Shem Ha'ab Ha'Bein Ruach HaKadosh Yahweh Ahad. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, he who be, who he be, the one.
Rewind.
Slicha li. Right there. That was from the previous. Here's for this one. My bad right there. Slicha li. Again. Shema.
Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
The Brit Chadasha Chadis Kidan Renewed Covenant reading for RSS number 6, Toldot, Generations. B'Shem Ha'ab Ha'Bein Ruach HaKadosh Yahweh Ahad. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, he who be, who he be, the one. Romans chapter 9, part 5, parenthetic. The gospel does not set aside the covenants with Israel. The apostolic solicitude for Israel. Emet ani medaber b'Mashiach v'lo ashaker v'dayiti mi'ida li leruach hakadosh ki gadol isboni ve'ayin kates leda'abon levi ki mi yatein hayoti ani lecherem min haMashiach be'ad achai sheri u'basari asher hem
בני ישראל, ולהם משפט, הבנים והכבוד והבריתות, ומתן התורה והעבודה וההבטחות, ולהם האבות, ומהם יצא המשיח לפי בשרו, אשר הוא אלוהים על הכל מבורא לעולמים. Amen. I say the truth in Mashiach. I say the truth in Christ. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, the sevenfold privilege of Israel, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of Elohim, and the promises, whose are the fathers, whose are the patriarchs, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Mashiach, Christ came, who is over all, Elohim blessed forever. Amen. The distinction between Jews who are mere natural descendants from Abraham and Jews who are also of his spiritual seed, not as though the word of Elohim has taken none effect, for they are not all Israel that are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. The distinction illustrated, that is, they that are of the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Elohim, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Elohim according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said to her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Elohim, God's mercy is under his sovereign will. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Elohim? Elohim forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Elohim that sheweth mercy. For the scripture saith to Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore has he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and on whom he will he hardeneth. Thou wilt say then to me, why does he yet find fault? For who has resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou, that thou repliest against Elohim? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou formed me thus? Has not the potter power over the clay? Of the same lump to make one vessel to honor, and another to dishonor? What if Elohim, willing to shew his wrath, and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, that he had afore prepared to glory, even us, whom he has called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles? The prophets foretold the blinding of Israel and mercy to the Gentiles. As he saith also in Hosea, in Osee, I will call them my people that were not my people, and her beloved that was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said to them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called B'nai El-Gai, children of the living God. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will Adonai make upon the earth. And as Isaiah said before, except Yahweh Tzebaoth, the Lord of hosts, have left us a seed, we have been as Sodom and been made like to Gomorrah. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles that follow not after righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness that is of faith. But Israel, that followed after the law of righteousness, has not attained to the law of righteousness. Wherefore? Because they sought it not by faith, but as if it were by the works of the law. For they stumbled at that stumbling stone, as it is written, Behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone, and a rock of offense, and whosoever believeth in him shall not be ashamed. Kabor lakalu, kabor ladimtu, kabor lachailu, kabor lakedamawi, chaile solase, be Jesus Christos sim. Glory to word, glory to sound, glory to power. Glory to Abinu Melkenu, our Father, our King, the first power of the Trinity, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Yes, I, Rastafari.
We have fulfilled all. Praise be to Mesken, Exyavi Mesken. Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos. Yebarekeka Yahweh, we Yishmereka, Yair Yahweh, Panayo Eleka, we Yahuneka, Yisa Yahweh, Panayo Eleka, we Yasim Leka, Shalom, we Samueta Shemi, all Bnei Yisrael, Wa'ani Ibarekem. Jehovah bless the eye and keep the eye. Jehovah make his face to shine upon the eye and be gracious to the eye. Jehovah turn his face to the eye and give the eye peace. Give the eye shalom. Yebarekeka Yahweh we Yishemereka Yair Yahweh Panayo Eleka we Huneka Yisa Yahweh Panayo Leka we Yasim Leka Shalom we Samueta Shemi al Bnei Yisrael Wa'ani Ibarekem Yebarekeka Yahweh Jehovah bless the eye. We Yishamereka and keep the eye. Yebarekeka Yahweh we Yishamereka Yair Yahweh Panayo Eleka we Yahuneka. Jehovah make his face to shine upon the eye. We Yahuneka and be gracious to the eye. Yisa Yahweh Panayo Eleka. Jehovah turn his face to the eye. We Yasim Leka Shalom and give the eye shalom and give the eye peace. Yeshua shalom. With Samueta Shemi Bnei Yisrael Wa'ani Ibarekem.
Yes. Shabuto. Bless ones. Yes, I.
Hot up for your board, you don't know it's Love Star Music, alright.
We are the blessed ones. We are the blessed ones. We are We are the blessed ones. Jaja protection. Yeah, we know that Jaja watch over we. So we're not frightened, no, we're not worried. We are the blessed ones, from the ashes like a phoenix, yeah. Up some scratches like a remix, yeah. Top to sky, that's how we is, that's who we are, and how we feel. It's not a movie, it's for real, yeah. But the blessing them a follow we, yeah. Our God we serve without apology, yeah. So we reap, so we sow, so we learn, so we grow. No weapon they throw shall damage we believe. We are the blessed ones. Jaja protection. Yeah, we know that Jaja watch over me. So we're not frightened, no, we're not worried. We are the blessed ones, soaring like the eagles, yeah. Higher and higher we go, yeah. We're full of ambition, we know we're far from perfection, but still we trust the Father plan, no, yeah. Ever on top, never below, yeah. Ever island, never borrow, yeah. We believe in the promises we claim them even now, every today and every tomorrow. We are the blessed ones. We are the protection. Yeah, we know that Jaja watch over me, so we're not frightened, no, we're not worried. We are the blessed ones. Declare a thing and it will be a thing. Just say a thing and you will see a thing. With every word you know you're creating. And so I sing. Declare a thing and it will be a thing. Just say a thing and you will see a thing. With every word we're creating. We are the blessed ones. Jaja protection. Yeah, we know that Jaja watch over we. So we're not frightened, no, we're not worried. We are the blessed ones.
Blessed are they that keep the commandments, for they have a right to the tree of life. Don't restless, I say, cannot enter. Hypocrites too cannot enter. Jah cometh quickly, His reward for you and me to judge you for the work you do. Yeah. No liars and thieves cannot enter into Jah's kingdom. Oh no, but by the work that you do. Yeah. Blessed are they who keep the commandments, for they have a right to the tree of life. No false teachers and prophets cannot enter. No liars and thieves cannot enter. No. Oh Jah cometh quickly, it's reward for you and me to judge you by the work that you do. No liars and thieves cannot enter. Ooh. No bad-minded people cannot enter. No false prophets and false teachers cannot enter. Oh, blessed are they that keep the commandments. No drunkards cannot enter. No racist and pagan-hearted people can enter. No killers and robbers, no thieves cannot enter. Neither no wolf in sheep's clothing cannot enter.
Yes. Let's say count your blessings. Count the Safar. Number them, tell them. Yes, tell them. Give thanks for them right here. Look more. Whoa.
And I've got students to fighting, and I've got news for rejoicing. Now a new sun is rising, I count my blessings. That I'm safe when I'm resting, furniture in my nesting. Not by force I'm suggesting, you count your blessings. I've got love and assurance, I've got new health insurance, I've got strength and endurance, so I count my blessings. And give thanks to the Master that through all the disaster, we're still here together after. Better count your blessings.
Count your blessings. Cause yo, this year, can't wait till it gets here. 7/21/09, my first son will shine. And it's amazing, I'm about to be raising another made man. And like his dad, they'll praise him. And some will hate him just cause we building a nation. Like Bob did with Damien, the world will embrace him. Girls will chase him, foresee they will not break him. And when I'm not around, you look for God and thank him.
I've got somewhere to stress for, and I've got no need to stress for. And so I'll always put my best foot and count my blessings. And there'll be no need for tissues, cause there'll be no further issues. If you've got someone who miss you, man, count your blessings. And I've got love and assurance, and I've got new health insurance, and I've got strength and endurance, so I count my blessings. And give thanks to the Master that through all the disaster, we're still here together after. Better count your blessings.
You wishing you were sitting in the top position, picture perfect, nothing less cause you deserve it. Without the Hermes, you never hurting. You knew that you was destined for greatness for certain. To see the overzealous, they be thirsting, caught up in emotion. You keeping your composure like Gershwin, songs by Earthwind, keep you in the zone writing verses. So when your pocket's light, know that you have a heavy purpose.
We've got free school and daycare, we've got pension and welfare, and though not all will play the game fair, still I got my blessings. I've got joy in abundance, I've got life full of substance, I've got meetings and functions, so I count my blessings. I've got something to live for, I've got surplus to give more, and we're all welcome to his door, so I count my blessings. And give thanks to the Master that through all the disaster, we're still here together after, so I count my blessings.
I think you're looking too hard for it. With the double law under your garage door. Appreciate the things you work hard for. And count your blessings, count your blessings. So don't be mad if you ain't fly, y'all. You got the means to reach the level I'm on. You should know that it's only one notch, y'all. But count your blessings, count your blessings.
And I've got Judas to fighting, and I've got news for rejoicing. Now a new sun is rising, I count my blessings. That I'm safe when I'm resting, furniture in my nesting. Not by force I'm suggesting, you count your blessings. I've got love and assurance, I've got new health insurance. I've got strength and endurance. So I count my blessings and give thanks to the Master that through all the disaster we're still here together after. Better count your blessings.
Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Yahweh Eloheinu. Blessed be he who be. Our Elohim. Baruchim. Habayim. Here. Have a couple of Q's and A's. Today's daily psalm going forward. The beginning of this new Shavua. We have Psalm 37. Some say the theme is like, this enigma, the problem of evil. Some bring out that kind of theme of Psalm 37. But it's a very, very important psalm. It says, fret not. Rather, you should let the wicked fret the I. Don't you fret them. Let them fret because they're good. Do good. So right here, we have some Torah Q's and A's here. Give thanks. John J. Parsons, Hebrew for Christian. Not too many questions we got right here in this version of Q&As, but there are some very interesting observations in the sixth sabbatical study for this Shabbat strong, of course, and moving forward in the seventh. But, for continuity purposes here, let's go through at least these 12 or so. Some very interesting, new covenant readings as we have give thanks to the Chabarim, Ras Sahar, Ahad right there, as well as Ras Ayason Tafari. Also give thanks Ras Baruch Tafari, and those who assist here on the podcast, moving forward. Here in this new semester here, we're at the sixth. Now, as we mentioned, these are some key areas. There's a lot that, in going through the Torah reading and feeding in season, out of season that, that we, I have to say that we missed the fuller connection. But this is what it means by the word that says to grow in grace and the knowledge of Adonai Yeshua HaMoshiach. Here. So here, question number one right here. What does Toldot mean, Chabarim? Now, you might see various spellings of it, Toldot. Some will have as Tole or Tolidot, Toldot. Depends on whether one says the sound fast or slow. Toldot, literally Tolidot. So here we have Genesis 25, just to compare, contrast here. Like we said, we have fewer Q&As right here. But, still something that's little might even be more tolerant. There might be more actually in a little, multum in parvo. But here, let's get to verse 19. Here's what we pick up right here. And these are the generations of Yitzchak, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Yitzchak. Abraham begot Isaac. Let's go here. Here on Perek Yod 8, it says, We'ela, and these, we and Ela, Ve'ela, We'ela, and these, Toldot, Yitzchak. These are the generations of Yitzchak. Ben, son, Abraham, son of Abraham. Abraham, Holid. Abraham begot Holid. Et Yitzchak. Abraham begot Isaac. So here it begins off with Ela, and these, Ela meaning these, Toldot. So here we have the H8435, right? Written in two different ways in the Hebrew. Toldot. Some will call it written full, Toldot. How should we say this? How can we say it? Okay, let me do this right here. Okay, this one, if you can highlight that they would say, some would say it's written defectively. It's not fully written, right? But it's still Toldot, right? Over here we have the Wow, right? The Vav, the Wow, right? Toldot, right? So some might say this as Tawalada, right? But actually it's not understanding the spirit of the language. But anyway, Toldot, Toldada, Tolda, Tolda, Toldada, Tolda, Toldada. This is a singular sense. Toldot is the plural sense. But it comes from this right here, right? Notice what it says down here, plural only. You see down there it says plural only, right? Brought out descent, the descent, generation, the descent, the family, right? Also in the figurative sense, the history. So Toldot is translated as generations. Toldot is from the Hebrew, the biblical Hebrew root word, right? Verb, yalad, 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 yalad. Right, yalad. Ethiopically, they say waled, waladet, wold. You know, from that the similar root there. Here we have the Hebrew root. Let's clear that right there. Let's come back again. Let's go to this once more right here to the root word. There we go, the H3205. There we go, yalad, yalad, yalad. Yalad, to bear, to bring forth, beget, gender, travail. In the form that it is right here, yalad mean he bore, he brought forth. Now in the text it said holid, 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 right? Holid, right? Holid, right? Holid is in the hefil sense, to beget, he bore, to beget, right? To beget. So he bore. So here, Toldot has to do with generations, distinguished from the word door. There's door as well, door for generation. That's like a generation of time, a revolution of time. Like you say, back in the 60s, you know, that time period, back in the 70s. While this is, you know, who you're descendant, like this is like the DNA, right? This is like the DNA. In other words, the generations, Toldot, and some of DNA. Question number 2. How long did Yitzhak and Rebecca have to wait before they had children or they had banim, right? How long did they have to wait? So here we're at this question here. The second question, how long? Well, according to the narrative, 20 years. And then this moves us to the second, verse 20, Genesis 25 and 20, right? Since Yitzhak, right, he was 60 years old when the twins, when the twins were born in Genesis 25 and 26. And he had married Rebecca, right, at age 40. So here, let's just show you this right here. We go to the next verse right here. It says Yitzhak, right, was 40 years old when he took Rivka to wife to Isha, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian or the Aramean, right, of Padana Aram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian, right? So there it says that. Then you scroll to verse 26, right? Compare that with verse 26, right here. Let's see, the verse 26. Okay, the twins were born here. Let's see. It mentioned about the 20 years. It actually mentioned the 20 years in here, but it was 20 years basically. All right. So yeah. Okay. When he had. Okay. There we go. Remember now. So how we know how old he was, right, is when it says that when they were born, right, it mentions that he was, children was born, and it mentioned that he was 60 years old. We'll get to it just now. So basically they had to wait 20 years, right? They got married when Yitzhak was 40, right? 20 years later, right, the birth of their first sons, their first descendants, right? So let's go to here. This is coming up right here for the third question here. At least if you can get through these 12 or so questions. There's 16 in total here, you know, according to the Sabbath table talk, but we have some additional ones, but this is the basics. Third question, why do you think that Ha-Elohim, that God, that Yahweh, right, that Yah made them wait so long? Since they had to wait like 20 years. They were together for 20 years, no children, right? According to like Yehudi tribe tradition, and you know, some have said this, and this seems to be interesting, that Yahweh Eloheinu, right, he sought to hear their prayers. An attribute of Yahweh, he who be, who he be, he is called Shomeya. Shomeya, the hearer, the one who hears, the one who shama, is the Shomeya. He is the Shomeya, right? Tefillah. He's the hearer of prayers. So according to Yehudi, tribe of Judah, and even among we the black Jews, there's a tribe that says that Yahweh, because he's a hearer of prayers, right? He sought to hear their prayers. What's interesting, it says right here, it says that, let's go over here, it says that Yitzhak entreated, right? It's entreated, ata, to entreat. He entreated Yahweh for Ishto, his Isha, because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rivka, Ishto, his wife, she conceived seed. Question number 4. What was strange about Rivka's being with child? Well, what was strange is in the sense that she was actually with children, right? She was with sons, right? Coming to this verse right here, right? Verse 22 and verse 23. And the Banim, the sons, they struggled together within her, and she said, if so, why I like this? Why I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. So note how Yitzhak, he entreated Yahweh because of her, because of his wife, and Yahweh was entreated. And now the children are running in her womb, they're struggling, crushing each other. Yahweh then said, after she went to inquire, Doresh, right? She gets her midrash. This is Rivka's midrash, the midrash from her darash, seeking, inquiring. Yahweh said to her, 2 nations in thy womb, 2 men of people shall be separated from thy bowels. The one, right, and people shall be stronger than people. In the Hebrew, the sense is the people and people shall be stronger than people. You see the one and the other they add there. But people shall be stronger than people, and the elder shall serve the younger. That's very important right there. Zoom in on that. And the elder shall serve the younger. Now, Rivka, she conceived twins, right? But the children, the Banim, the sons, they struggled within her. Now, this is described as warfare, right, between the 2 divided nations. So what's kind of interesting right here, even looking at it in the Hebrew over here, it says, Wayita rotzatsu. They crushed each other, ratzatza, but they also ratzat. They also kind of ran, roots, and wrote, and roots. They ran, and they crushing each other. Wa yita rotzatsu habanim, the sons. Bikrbaha, in the kirbah, in her midst, like within her. Watomer, and she said, here at this verse, Watomer, Cain. She said, Cain, if so, if this is correct, Cain, Cain, if this is so, Lama zeh, Lama for what this? Anoki, for what this I? Like why am I like this? Or literally, for what this I? Right? The subjective I, the personal I, right? Lama zeh anoki wa teleka lidarosh, and she went lidarosh to darash lidarosh. She went to inquire at Yahweh, right? And then here the response, Wayomer Yahweh lah, Wayomer, and he said Yahweh, he who be said lah, or laha, fully enunciated laha. Wayomer Yahweh laha. Shnei goyim, 2 goyim, 2 nations. Be beatnik in your beten. Or shnei, 2 leumim, 2 communities, like say peoples, but the is like leumim is like communities, 2 communities. Oh, shnei leumim miya me'ayik, right? From your me'ah, like your bowels or your innermost, gonna, come forward from your innermost. Ye paredu shall be parad, right? Separated, right? Ua le'om, and one community, mil'om, right? Echemat, emat, to be amat, stronger. With Rab, and the greater or the elder, Rab, with Rab, the Rav, right? And the Rav, right? And the greater, Ya'avod shall serve Sa'ir. With Rabba Ya'avod Sa'ir. And the greater, the Rab, it's interesting, and the Rab, right, the greater shall serve the younger. The elder shall serve the younger. So right here, they struggled. Right, just to point out that, Yitro Tatsu, that's in the Heat Pa'el sense, right? Heat Pa'el, the Heat Pa'el sense is like, you see where it says to crush each other, right? To crush each other, but also links with the Hebrew sense of like running, right? The roots, right? Yitro Tatsu, right? Here. Fifth question, to whom did Rivka inquire? I think we answered that regarding her being with child. Some say pregnancy, but when you look at the word pregnancy, the etymology is it's like having a disease. It's strange. It's this English language. And now I know why the old timers said being with child or with children. To whom did Rivka inquire regarding her being with children? Well, verse 22, it tells us right here that she went to Yahweh, right? She inquired of Yahweh. Liderosh at Yahweh, right? Here, she inquired, right? Now, this is thought by some Yehudi, some Jews, some Yehudi today, nowadays, and even the past, in Yahadut and among the Judaics, think that this refers to Shem. So some think that when it says of Yahweh, it actually is referring to Shem or to Malkiah Sedek. Some say that Shem was Melchizedek. We don't particularly agree with that according to the truth of the scripture, but we just shared this with ones and ones for the reason who some say was the high priest of Shalem at this time. Be that as it may, here. Question 6, you'll probably know these ones here, right? What were the names of the twins? Who was the firstborn? The natural firstborn was Esau, and the secondborn was Yaakov. Right, the natural, right, firstborn right here, and the secondborn right here in verse 26, right, was Yaakov, was Jacob. Question 7, what does Esau mean, Chaveri? Esau. Now, Esau or Esau, right, is thought to mean hairy, Esau. But this is what their BDB brings out here, Esau. But if you go to the root sense of the word, it's asa, to do, right? To do, right? It has to do like to do work. Almost brings to light the new covenant sense of, by the works of the law or by the faith. There's a faith versus the works. I'm not saying that works are not important, but relying just on like your own works is vain. So in the sense of handling, right, rough, that which sensibly can be felt, right? But often it is thought, right, that Esau, right, means hairy from a word play, right? A word play in 25:25 from the word Esau in his name, Esau, and the word for hairy, Se'ar. So some think it's like kind of an acronym, Se'ar and Esau, Se'ar and Esau. Se'ar means hairy. So through a word play in 25:25, some say it's hairy. Though his name can also mean completely made or that which is made, right? Tangible, asa, to make. In this sense, Esau would represent, in like a Brit Chadasha sense, the man of the flesh, right? Without conscious need or faith in Yahweh Eloheinu, right? Question number 8. What does Yaakov, what does Jacob mean, Chaverim? Here, Jacob, wake up, Jacob, right? Yaakov, heel holder, right? Or supplanter. Yaakov means like grappler or holder of the heel. Akab, Akab. Yaakov from the Akab. To supplant, to circumvent, to take by the heel. Literally to take by the heel. To hold, to take by the heel. Right? To seize by the heel. In the figurative sense of the name, it can mean to circumvent. Right? The supplanter sense, in that sense, to circumvent. As if tripping up the heels. Also from the Akab root, as if holding by the heels. Right? Heel grabber, grappler of the heel of Esau. According to what's written in the narrative, he held his brother's heel, his brother's Ikab, right? Ikab from Akab, Yaakov, right? What did Esau grow up to be? What did he grow up to be? Well, the scripture says that he grew up to be a Saeed, right? He grew up to be a Saeed, Yodea, like a cunning hunter, cunning hunter, knowledgeable hunter, Saeed, and Saeed. It's also important right here, Saeed, the name Saeed, take note right there, and also here in Esau, they say that he's progenitor of the Arab peoples. Not Ishmael, but the Arab peoples. Yes, he had a daughter of Ishmael, his third wife, according to what's written in the scripts. Question number 10. What did Jacob, grow up to be? Jacob, it says he was a Tom, right? Tom, like Ish man, Tom, right? Perfect man, complete man, right? Not lacking anything sound, complete, morally innocent, having integrity, right? Morally, ethically, right? Complete in that sense. Ish Tom, right? Yaakov, he grew up to be a man who studied Torah in the tent of learning. So when it says that he was dwelling in tents, sitting in tents, right, as a midrash, like the Ish Tam Yoshev Ohalim, right? So in the ancient context, he was one who studied in tents, right, to say that he studied Torah, right? And also the Metzafe Kufale, the Ethiopic book of Jubilees, also brings out that sort of idea. I think we read it earlier after the Shabbat podcast, where it says that Esau learned letters, right? He learned letters, but Yaakov learned letters, but Esau did not learn letters, right? So this is brought out as a plain man dwelling in tents, Ish, Tam, Yoshev, or Halim, right? Dwelling in the study of Torah. Now, if you say, well, the Torah didn't come until Moshe, you have to check the Torah here, and you see that Abraham had Torah, right? Abraham had Torah. As I say, he would keep my laws, my commandments. You see. So, question number 11: whom did Yitzhak prefer and why? Right. I know we went over these ones. These are some basics, but it's important just to get a good groundation. Right. Well, Isaac, he preferred, or as it says, he loved, right, Esau. Jubilee says that he loved Esau more than Yaakov, and likewise Rivkah loved Yaakov, Jacob, more than Esau. But Yitzhak, he preferred Esau because he was the firstborn, Bechor. Not really. Some say because he was the firstborn. No, it basically says right here because he did eat of his venison, right? So right here, the Hebrew has a sense of venison was in his mouth, right? Notice that when it says why Yitzhak loved Esau, it gives us a because. But when it says but Rivkah loved Yaakov, right? Now later on in Malachi, we see that Yahweh, right, also loved Jacob, but hated Esau. It's very interesting. And in the book of Jubilees, we have that Abraham, he also loved, right, Jacob as well. Question number 12, whom did Rivkah prefer and why? Well, you see it right there. She preferred or loved more so Jacob because he was the child. She understood the oracle that was delivered to her. Remember, she inquired All right, this is significant. People don't really give this the emphasis that it should really be given, because then it puts the interpretation of everything, even the so-called chapter 27, the pseudo-stolen blessing. No, it was a stolen. That's stolen, but stolen, like to say it was sold, right? But Rivka preferred Yaakov because he was a child that, Yahweh had promised would be the chosen one, based on what was told to her. Right here. There's a couple other questions, but here we're on the segue to today's daily psalm as we move forward to New Shabua. Some other question: why was Jacob cooking soup? Why was he cooking soup? What did Esau give in exchange for a bowl of bean soup, of lentil soup, of kawet? The Egyptians called kawet, right? The lentil stew, right? What did Rivka tell Jacob, Yaakov, to do in order to get the baraka from Yitzhak, right? And to whose house did Rebekah send Yaakov after he fled, right, from Esau, was sent to flee from Esau? There's some discussion points. Hopefully in the Shabbat to come, we get into more of the detail to unpack that right there. But here, right? Oh, wow. That's interesting right there. Yeah. Here. Today's daily psalm as we're moving forward into this first day right here. We have Psalm 37. Let's get a little right here of today's daily psalm. Psalm 37. Fret not thyself. Wow, how come it's not on the board right here? Hold on for one moment, brothers and sisters. Looking at the time right here. Yeah, it's a very important psalm. Right, it's a very good psalm. It really kind of resonates with where we're at in this Torah reading and feeding. Give thanks, brothers and sisters and brothers. Here. Okay. Well, here we go. Shema Yisrael.
Worry not, you say.
Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil, and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever. But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. The Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him. Because they trust, 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 because they trust.
Pause here, Sister Sojourner. Yeah.
A long time me I try to understand why we people in the condition of poverty and slavery, based up, jacked up mentality. Blind eyes can't see, no. Blind ears don't see. We find it in a Genesis. Make me try back and try to understand it. A man named Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, him did have 12 sons with enough children. 70 souls was all of them. Gone down in Egypt, they multiply. Word of the Most High would I never lie. After much time, remember them. Moses down there, so we deliver them. There was only one problem. Only one problem. Israel love them idolatry, them captivity, them poverty and idolatry. Why do the people perish? Do you understand it? The families I ask the Most High, 'cause we really want to understand why. Why do the people perish? Do you understand it? Go on your knees and ask the Most High if you really want to understand why. When them walk out, them was ungrateful. When them walk out, them was unfaithful. Made a covenant, them never really keep it. Said the words, but them never really mean it. Mount Sinai was not a secret. 10 words, glory, we did see it. What's wrong with Israel? What's wrong with Israel? Why do the people perish? Do you understand it? The family to ask the Most High, 'cause we really want to understand why. Time to turn around. Do you hear the sound? Time to turn around. Do you hear the sound? Time to turn around. Do you hear the sound? Get down, bend down, lay down, face on the ground. time to play around. No time for games, can't mess around. And we are the problem. And we always discussing. Sorry back on the creator. I know how we are the ones to say bubble and a hater. Them could have never touch your 90. Them could have never touch the one who the most I appointed. How we fall from grace to total faith. No attempt to turn back and win the race. Why do the people perish? Do you understand it? They're coming in to ask the most high, cause we really want to understand why. Sean is so record.
And Sister Soulja right there with Understand This EIS song. And it's on the some of the Psalm 37 rhythm. That's today's daily psalm here for the first of this Shabua. And here the psalm has a brief theme of the problem of evil. Here, according to K&D, the seeming prosperity of the wicked, of the ratchet, of the defiant, and the real prosperity of the Hasidim, of the goodly, of the godly. So here we have Mizmor Lamed Zayin. Lamed Zayin, Psalm 37, Psalm XXXVIII, Lid Dawid, a Psalm of David. So here, not to go through, full right here, give thanks, Chabarim, Shabua Tov, good Shabua, good new day, new light. So full psalm right here. It has about 40 verses. A good medi as we begin off this new Shabua, even in light of the Torah reading and feeding here in the season, especially the Yaakov, and the Esau narrative. So here, the seeming prosperity of the ratchet, right? Now the bond of connection between the previous psalm, right, Mizmor Lamed Wow, Lamed Vav, Psalm 36, and Lamed Zain is their similarity. The similarity. Oh, let's do this right here. Chant. I was showing this right here. Here. The seeming prosperity of the ratchet, the wicked, and the real prosperity of the godly. Just to give a kind of a quick overview. Here, and then just a segue to the Hebrew, and then the Baraka Psalm for the new Shabua, Psalm 67. And to hope and pray for you all, for the Idem and I and Shabua Tov, Hashem Yeshua. So here we have Mizmor Lamed Zayin. Lamed Zayin, the seeming, it looks like it seems like it, the seeming prosperity of Har Asha, like the rich is getting richer and richer and the poor get poorer and poorer. It seems that way, yes, the seeming prosperity of Har Asha, the defiant, the ratchet, the wicked, the criminal, the guilty in Yahweh's sight, and the real prosperity of the Hasidim. As we mentioned, the bond of connection between Mizmor Lamed Wow, Lamed Vav, Psalm 36, and today's daily psalm right here, Mizmor Lamed Zayin, right, is their similarity of content. It's almost like companion psalms. That here and there extends even to accords of expression, the chording of different expression. The fundamental, here's the part we highlighted, the fundamental thought running through the whole Mizmor, If ones have the time, see if one can go through it. Just read and a medi on the whole Mizmor. Psalm 37. The fundamental thought running through the whole Mizmor, Psalm, chant, is at once expressed in the opening verses. And those opening verses, what does it express here? Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against them that work unrighteousness, workers of antiquity. Ala titachara ba mira'im. Ala tikane be'osei aula be'osei avla. Fret not. Ala titachar. Al titachar. Don't fret. Fret not because of evildoers or upon evildoers. Ala titachar ba mira'im. Against the mira'im. Against the evil. Neither be thou envious. Ala tikane. Don't kana them. Don't tikane. Don't be envious. Like, don't be zealous or jealous against them. Al tikane. Be or say the doers, or say those who are sa, who do. Be or say aula. Be or say avla, who do unrighteousness or iniquity or twisted pervertedness in that sense, morally speaking. The fundamental thought running through the whole psalm is at once expressed in the opening verses, right? The opening verses, right? Do not let or allow, like when Robeni Yeshua, when he says, let not your heart, let not thy heart, don't allow your heart, right? Do not allow, right, the so-called seeming prosperity of the Miraim, of the Ungodly, the ratchet, be a source of vexation to your soul and to your spirit and to your soul and spirit, right, to the eye. But to wait, right, to wait on Yahuwah, for the prosperity of the ratchet will suddenly come to an end in the issue. And the issue determines between the righteous and the unrighteous. Right, so there's more of a reasonment on it, but that's the basic idea right there. Here, with opening verses, right? The 3 opening verses. I mean, this whole psalm is a beauty right here. Don't want to rush through it right here, but we've gone through the after the Shabbat here, first day service, and because evildoers seem to flourish, fret not thyself. Be not envious. Al titachar, don't hara. Don't hara. Don't take it as a horror. Al titachar. Don't be hot, furious. You burn. You're angry. You're kindling. Overheating yourself. Don't be incensed. All right. Don't heat oneself in vexation. Hara. That's why the word here is al. Don't titachar. Don't fret. Al titachar. Don't vex yourself. Right. Don't vex yourself. Right? Don't blaze up. I'll have the fire. Blaze up yourself. Don't overheat yourself because of the who? Those who the rara, bamiraim. Neither be thou envious. These 2 words here, these negative commands, and negative commands like don't do something, but they have a positive result. All right, al titachar and al tikane. Al tikane. Do not kana. All right, don't be envious, don't be jealous, don't be zealous, don't get excited. You know what I mean? In a good sense, right? To be zealous, like you want to be just like them. In a bad sense, to be jealous or envious because you're afraid you can't be like them. Right, which is a good thing, but if you really want to, then that's a bad thing. So don't of their temporary success. Now this verse here, the opening verse, right, is repeated in Proverbs 24. Proverbs 24, verse 19. Proverbs 24, verse 19, just to touch on this Aleph verse, Lid Dawid of David. Here we have the problem of ra'ah, evil, hurt, harm, bad, ill, misfortune, right? This psalm, this mizmor, this chant should be read and studied in connection with Psalm 73. Psalm 73, Chaverim, fellow Talmudim, fellow disciples. Study today's daily psalm, Psalm 37, in connection with Psalm 73 and with the book of Job, the book of Job, the good Edomite, right? It is concerned with the perplexing thoughts aroused by the ascendancy of Harasha, the ascendancy of the wicked, and the seeming, what seems to be the triumph of ra'ah, of evil, of hurt, of harm, of bad doing, right? Seems like there's more benefit in that which is not beneficial than there's benefit in that which is good, right? The author here, ascribed Lid Dawid of David, for David does not go deeply. Great thing about today's psalm, don't go deeply into the question, philosophical kind of issues and everything. He and I, Ani Va'ani, I, is satisfied to counsel trust. All right. See, when it gets to this verse right here, just a highlight right here. Batach, batach, batach. To trust in, to have confidence, the sense of trust, always faithful, always sure. That confidence, to be bold, right? To be secure. Don't feel insecure, right? Because of the evildoers. Don't let the evildoers cause an insecurity psychically, psych you out, right? Cause you lose your soul, psych you out, right? To flee to for refuge, for the sense of batach, as you say, bitachon, right? Trust in a sense of confidence, in a sense of surety, right? Surety that gives one like a boldness, right? Even in something that seems though the odds is against you, you're confident, sureness, right? That always faithful, always sure. Batach, right? As it says right here, it says batach by Yahweh. Batach by Yahweh, trust, be sure, always faithful, always sure in he who he be. Batach by Yahweh. Wa asay tov. Wa asay, and do. Asay and do. Asay tov and do good. Like the heartbeat. Do good. Do good. Do good. That he will right matters in the victory. Be sure in the victory of the good, the tov, over the ra-ra, or the ra-ra, over the evil. Evildoers, right? Ra-ra doers, habitual doers of evil, ra-ra, right? They have their due, right? They have their due, right? But what should we do? We should do good. Asay tov, do good, do good. Be not diverted from the path of right choiceness, making those right choices, righteousness, right? Because of the temporary, what seems to be the temporary advantages of the evildoers, the doers of that which is not good, not beneficial, not helpful, that which is hurtful, that which is bad. That's why it says, furthermore, shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. In the Torah reading and feeding, we just come through, with Esau and with Jacob, or moreover with Yitzchak. You remember there was a famine in the land, but Yahweh told him to stay in the land, dwell in the land, right? And he stayed in the land, he dwelt in the land, he was prospered in the land. So right here, where it says, and thou shalt dwell in the land, speaking of the promised land, and verily and truly in truth, in stableness. So the sense of the Hebrew truth sense here is like stability, emunah. This is also the word for faith, right? Emunah, right? Fidelity, firmness. But breaking it down right here to that which is firm, that which is secure. Emun, trusting, right? If it's truthful, it's trustworthy, established, trustworthiness. Just pointing to some of the key verses, just these key verses right here in today's daily psalm, right? So the book of Job is a good point of reference, as well as the LXXIII, Psalm 73, right? Psalm 73, counseling trust. In his own time, Yahweh Eloheinu, Ha-Elohim, punishes Harasha and rewards Ha-Tzaddik, the righteous, the Tzaddikim, the just ones, those who have right choices, right, in his way, truth, and life. In structure, the composition here, Psalm 37, in structure, the composition is based upon an alphabetical acrostic. So if you're studying this in Hebrew, it's very interesting. It's based on an alphabetical acrostic, right? Alphabetical acrostic with, as it is said, the omission of the letter Ayin, which is interesting. Ayin means I, right? Ayin, right? The Ayin, right? Each letter usually introducing two verses. So the first two verses, right? Next two verses, so forth and so on. Not every other verse, but every other two verses you'll find it go into like for example, the first verse, it says al, right? Not al titachar, right? Then in the third verse, it says betach, trust, right? Then when we get like to the fourth verse, we have where we go? Where Hita anag, and delight yourself, or Hitanag, delight yourself. So it's going according to, like the Gimel, actually the fifth verse, my bad, the Gimel where it says, Gol, commit thy way, Gol al Yahweh, roll yourself upon he who be, where it says commit yourself. So it goes in that alphabetical acrostic, the ones into the Aleph Beit Galal, Gol, roll. So it says commit thy way to Yahweh. The Hebrew sense of is like roll upon. Relieve yourself of the burden of the anxiety by placing it upon him, upon Ha Elohim, upon Ha Elohim. Roll thy way upon. See, so the English is commit thy way. So you can look up commit, right, in English and get a good idea what the word commit is, but in the Hebrew sense, it's different. Gol al Yahweh darkeka, right? Roll thy way upon he who be. Be that as it may, my brothers and sisters, right there, just to give an overview. Very good Medi here. And just to the Hebrew right here, it's a little full of fold, but those who will give ear, here, Hebrew, the Ivrit. Oh, pause. Those on the BTR blog talk, I'm going to seal it up because when we play the next audible, you can't really hear it right there. But if you come over to the Rastafari Israelites or to the Groundation, you can hear it there, whether now or hopefully in the forward. Here. Today's daily psalm, here's the Ivrit, right? See if you can pick up on the acrostic. The Hebrew 22.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right. Pause. Let's come again right here. Let's back it up. Okay, here's the Hebrew.
Worry not, you say.
מזמור ל"ז לדוד. אל תתחר במרעים, אל תקנא בעושה עוולה, כי כחציר מהרה ימלו, וכירק דשא ייבולון. בטח באדוני ועשה טוב, שכון ארץ ורעה אמונה. והתענג על אדוני, וייתן לך משאלות לבך. גול על אדוני דרכך, ובטח עליו, והוא יעשה. והוציך אור צדקך, ומשפטך כצהריים. דום לאדוני והתחולל לו, אל תתחר במצליח דרכו, באיש עושה מזימות. הרף מאף, ועזוב חמה, אל תתחר אך להרע. כי מרעים יקרתון, וקובע אדוני המה ירשו ארץ. ועוד מעט ואין רשע, והתבוננת על מקומו ואיננו. וענבים ירשו ארץ, והתענגו על רוב שלום. זומם רשע לצדיק, וחורק עליו שיניו. אדוני ישחק לו, כי ראה כי יבוא יומו. חרב פתחו רשעים, ודרכו קשתם, להפיל עני ואביון, לטבוח ישרי דרך. חרבם תבוא וליבם, וקשתותם תשברנה. טוב מעט לצדיק, מהמון רשעים רבים. זרועות רשעים תשברנה, וסומך צדיקים אדוני. יודע אדוני ימי תמימים, ונחלתם לעולם תהיה. לא יבושו בעת רעה, ובימי רעבון ישבעו. כי רשעים יאבדו, ואויבי אדוני כיכר קרים, כלו ועשן קלו. לווה רשע ולא ישלם, וצדיק חונן ונותן. כי מבורחיו ירשו ארץ, ומקולליו יגרדו. מאדוני מצעדי גבר קוננו, ודרכו יחפץ. כי ייפול לא יוטל, כי אדוני סומך ידו. נער הייתי גם זקנתי, ולא ראיתי צדיק נעזב, וזרעו מבקש לחם. כל היום חונן ומלווה, וזרעו לברכה. סור מרע ועשה טוב, ושכון לעולם. כי אדוני אוהב משפט, ולא יעזוב את חסידיו, לעולם נשמרו, וזרע רשעים נחרט. צדיקים ירשו ארץ, וישכנו לעד עליה. פי צדיק יהגה חוכמה, ולשונו תדבר משפט. תורת אלוהיו בליבו, לא תמעד אשוריו. צופה רשע לצדיק, ומבקש להמיתו. אדוני לא יעזבנו בידו, ולא ירשיענו בהישבתו. קווה אל אדוני ושמור דרכו, וירום ממך לרשת ארץ, בהיכרת רשעים תראה. ראיתי רשע עריץ, ומתערה כאזרח רענן. ויעבור והנה איננו, ואבקשהו ולא נמצא. שמור תם וראה ישר, כי אחרית לאיש שלום. ופושעים נשמדו יחדיו, אחרית רשעים יכרעת. ותשועת צדיקים מאדוני, מעוזם בעת צרה. ויעזרם אדוני ויפלטם, יפלטם מרשעים ויושיעם, כי חסו בו.
Yes, 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 yes. So 67, Psalm 67, first day, the baraka, the blessing, the priestly blessing, adapted. And in that particular psalm, as we move forward into the new Shabua, usually Psalm 144, sealing up the Sabbath, and then, moving forward into new Shabua, Psalm 67, because it has an adaptation of the priestly baraka, the priestly blessing. Here, here, here. Yes.
מזמור ס"ז למנצח בנגינות מזמור שיר. אלוהים יחוננו ויברכנו, יאר פניו איתנו סלע. מזמור ס"ז למנצח בנגינות מזמור שיר. אלוהים יחוננו ויברכנו, יאר פניו איתנו סלע. לדעת בארץ דרכך, בכל גויים ישועתך. יודוך עמים אלוהים, יודוך עמים כולם. ישמחו וירננו לאומים, כי תשפוט עמים מישור, ולאומים בארץ תנחם סלע. יודוך עמים אלוהים, יודוך עמים כולם. ארץ נתנה יבולה, יברכנו אלוהים אלוהינו, יברכנו אלוהים, ויראו אותו כל אפסי ארץ. מזמור ס"ז למנצח בנגינות מזמור שיר.
Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us. Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us. Selah. Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us. Selah. That thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving help among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O God, let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously, and govern the nations upon earth. Selah. Let the people praise thee, O God, let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him, shall fear him, shall fear him, shall fear him, shall fear him.
למנצח בנגינות מזמור שיר. אלוהים יחוננו ויברכנו, מאיר פניו איתנו סלע. לדעת בארץ דרכך, בכל גויים ישועתך. יודוך עמים אלוהים, יודוך עמים כולם. ישמחו וירננו לאומים, כי תשפוט עמים ממישור. לאומים בארץ תנחם סלע. יודוך עמים אלוהים, יודוך עמים כולם. ארץ נתנה יבולה, יברכנו אלוהים אלוהינו, יברכנו אלוהים, ויראו אותו כל אפסי הארץ.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, Chabarim. Give thanks every day. Here on the outro with Rima. Check out the sister Rima. Give thanks every day. Give thanks every day. Give thanks and praise. Be grateful. Yes, I, Hashem Yeshua. Be well, family. Yeshua Shalom. Shalom, Chabarim. Shalom. The Hittarot here. Rima. Give thanks every day. Every day. Here it is.
Life is a
sunshine without the rain. So give thanks every day. Give thanks every day. Oh, as I go on my way, push on my way. I give thanks every day. Give thanks every day. Oh, as I go on my way. And when I'm inside these four walls and troubles weigh me down hard, I choose to forget that life is perfect. Whoa. How could there be mistakes if I go from the pain? Life is only that which I create. Yeah, I give thanks every day. I give thanks every day. Oh, as I go on my way, push on my way. Yeah, I give thanks every day. Give thanks every day. Oh, oh. Whoa, yeah.
Shabur Tov, Chavarim. Be well, give thanks every day, Torah. Oh.